What's up, guys? Welcome back another week. Fucking short staff today, guys.
Yes, we are.
A lot of call-ins, no calls, no shows.
We don't, but we're not labor unions, but we're not gonna fire them or anything, because they're friends.
Yeah,
And like the companies regularly say, we treat people like family.
their pay is gonna be severely cut though, because this isn't a democracy.
This is a dictatorship. So.
Yeah, there's none of that around here. Hold on.
What? I can hear you.
Keep going.
Okay, but yeah. So right now we got local news. The Texas Rangers. I honestly haven't watched any of the games. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not.
This is why I'm repping this shit right now,
I cannot
boy.
contribute to this conversation.
This is why
haven't
I'm
watched the game at all.
This is why I'm repping this shit right now. Rangers are up 4-2 right now.
I'm one of those bandwagoners. Like whenever it's like really popular and everybody's talking about it.
The World Series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I watched that, but
if they get there.
So you watch the World Series, but you don't watch the path to the World Series?
No.
Nah.
It's just like hockey. I mean, I'll watch the Stanley Cup, but I'm not gonna watch.
I don't even watch the
games
Stanley Cup.
to.
See, because if it comes to, hockey, like, I just don't watch it unless I'm
That's how I
live.
feel about baseball.
Unless I'm there live. Like baseball, I'll watch. Not in the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, then I'll start watching.
How many
it.
games is in a regular season?
It's like
180 games.
That's a lot of time.
There's
150
so
days.
many.
It's a lot of games. That's what I'm saying. Like in the regular season, I won't watch it, like religiously.
And
I'll keep up with it though, and now I'll be like, okay, let's see if they won today. Every week I'll keep up with them and see where they are at the schedule.
Yeah, like Marco, he makes it a thing to go out to the games. I can't do it.
I mean, the atmosphere is fun.
Games would be fun.
No, it just happened, bro.
Was that a 3-run?
Yo,
Yes.
3 run.
Wow.
Oh my God, is that what
series
inning?
No,
That's the top of the 9th. Oh my God.
Oh, that's the last one.
Like,
That is the
It's
last
already
one.
the 9th inning.
Yeah.
So after that, then it's the bottom of the 9th. So
Yeah,
Rangers
that's
gonna
it.
get the ball last, but fuck.
That's crazy. Just like that.
No,
Just like that. It just fucking went down.
just fucking like that.
So hold on. How many games are they ahead? Or oh no, they're 2-2 right now. And it's best out of 7, right?
We got a couple comments. Bubba James said, "Free Palestine," and then Huntress said, "Hi." What's up, Huntress? What's up, Bubba James?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Yeah, man. No, we're gonna dive deep into that Palestine stuff for sure today.
For sure.
So that's why we got our guest Adam. Adam, he's
Y'all know Adam.
he's
Y'all know Adam.
he's
Y'all know me. I'm just doing my thing. Over
he's
here,
that guy.
You know what I'm talking about?
Adam's the type of guy that
Just an ignorant boy coming from the south. You know what I'm
Nah, when he gets that itch, he digs deep. He goes down that rabbit hole.
talking about? Yeah, we're gonna talk
He
about it.
he goes through all the fucking what is it? Go.
I'm on a list.
I'm on
he
the
said he's on the list, bro.
I think we all are at this point. It's all good.
I'm on the list, bro. I don't know how many times I said bomb on this podcast. And I mean, for the right. I mean, I was just trying to make a point, about how dangerous bombs are.
Did you?
That's why.
Was it you that sent me the pipe bomb meme?
I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
that was Marco. That was Marco.
Yeah, I
Marco
don't know. I don't know about no fucking pipe bomb meme.
It's fucking hilarious.
I was just talking about like a radius of an atomic bomb and stuff like that.
No, I went down a rabbit hole when I started watching Oppenheimer. I mean, I literally figured out how to make an atomic bomb.
Yeah.
You just need to enrich uranium, really.
Oh, that's it.
The yellow cake.
That's the hard part.
The yellow cake.
Well,
At this point, people know how to make an atomic bomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting the resources to make it.
You're not gonna get
that's the
that.
hard part.
Yeah.
Hunter said, "What's up from Rotan, Honduras?" Glad my ass off.
Oh shit.
I don't know if you're in Honduras right now,
Honduras.
but that is fucking lit.
That is lit if you're in Honduras right now. For sure. A nice warm tropical weather. Central.
Dude, I would totally visit.
Bruh,
But
Texas is warm right now. It's supposed to be cold.
It's annoying warm. You know what I mean? Like I like the nice 70 degrees and then all of a sudden 85. Fuck that shit. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with the heat. No.
I like the range from 55 to 70. That's
Fall
my
is my
range.
favorite time of the year, and it doesn't feel like fall yet.
doesn't,
It
man.
goes from fall to winter. I mean, from summer to winter to summer, and then we get like a few days of fall a year.
Yeah.
And spring,
It's getting shorter and shorter.
like
it
a
seems
week
like.
maybe.
And they're saying our freaking
The cold front's gonna be big.
well, not the cold front, the winter season.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's
bad.
gonna be like just
Brutal.
as bad. That's what they're saying.
They're saying get yourself a generator, get you some propane. Because the new generators, you can run them off propane.
Yeah.
So you get you a couple of those, and you get to go. Just make sure you don't put them inside the fucking house.
Dude, yeah.
Why do people do this?
Just get
Generators
Especially
belong.
ones that are powered by gasoline.
Yes, they belong outside.
Yeah, those
That's
ones.
it's like you want to die. 'Cause
I'm gonna
that's
put
how
it
you're
in
gonna
my
die.
house so it can keep me warm. Okay?
And then you
Propane
fucking you
ones
take the
are
long
torture.
sleep. That's it. You're
Put your
done.
headphones on, bro.
I don't know.
This guy.
Or, yeah, how you gonna listen to your videos, dog?
I don't know.
He's like, I memorized them. I've watched them several times.
There you go.
Yeah, you get a little closer to dog. Yeah,
There you go, there you
go. I know he's a rookie when it comes to the podcast, but
So are they
Take
playing
it.
at home right now, Texas Rangers? Or are
I
they,
think they're at Houston. So the crazy thing is we beat them at their home twice. They beat us at our home twice. So now we're back at their house.
and we're trying to beat them.
Yeah, so I mean we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully they fucking win.
I hate when it goes to like 7 games.
Why? 'Cause it's too long.
I like a nice little sweep. 3 game like
A sweep. Oh, that's so boring though.
4 games and get out.
I like the competition, the competitiveness.
But you know, it is the Rangers and it is Houston, so you know, there's like somebody's gonna brawl. Somebody's gonna fight at the end of the game.
So one of these teams are going to the World Series.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whoever wins.
Yeah.
And who else is on the other side?
And just put it out there. Houston cheated once, okay?
Oh yeah.
So just put it out. I'm just put it out there on the internet just in case no one knew. You know,
They cheated.
The world knows at this
you know,
point.
just because they.
So who would they be playing? Who's playing on the other side? On the other side?
I think it's the Baltimore. No,
Can you
no.
find out who's playing on the other side of the series?
Yeah,
Did
just
the
put
Phillies win last year?
Phillies. Phillies are one of them.
Oh, so they're back in.
Yeah,
it?
they're back in the.
Okay, makes sense.
I think they beat the other team like
Baseball
10-0
series.
once. Yeah, just look up baseball
Playoffs.
standings
Yeah.
or series. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but I know Phillies in there for sure. And there was this one game they swept somebody like 10-0, bro.
Oh, there we go. Go down. Let's see.
TBD.
Just put Seymour.
See more. There you go. It is the
Phillies and Diamondbacks. There you
Who's
go.
Diamondback? Who the fuck is Diamondback? I don't see. That tells you how much baseball I know about baseball. I don't know shit. I know the
They're
Red
playing
Sox.
today too.
That's it. And the Rangers.
They said Red Sox.
You know, because you see the movies.
Where are they from?
Red Sox. That's from Boston.
Yeah, they are from Boston. Damn, you
Boom!
You knew something, bro.
Clutch. Oh no, and the Yankees, because that's New York. More like
Yeah.
New York, but you know.
Oh yeah, the Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 10-0.
So they're probably going back in for sure.
Yeah, they're
Seems
probably
like.
going back. But they lost yesterday.
Well, didn't Houston play Phillies last year?
Huh?
Or who did Phillies play?
Philly played.
I don't remember who they won against.
I think
Who
it was
won the series last
I
year?
think it was the
Or maybe it's the White Sox.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Oh yeah, it was the Dodgers. That's right. Yeah, I remember now.
There you go. Yeah, you couldn't hear him.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Adam,
He's
Adam-
soft spoken.
I know you're very soft.
Well, now you can hear me breathe.
fucking mouth breather. Fucking mouth breather.
He's like he reminds me of the movie This Is the End when Seth Rogen, he's in the closet. He's like, stop breathing so hard. He's like, stop breathing your nose so hard.
I haven't watched it.
You never seen This Is the End?
Dude, that's a good movie.
That's a classic, bro.
I need to watch it.
It's funny. You know all the comedians.
It's one of those movies that you want to watch after you watch a scary movie, you know, but you can't go to sleep because you're fucking scared off your ass. So you need something funny.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I still haven't watched any scary movies this month. I need to go and watch a scary movie.
Dude, if you're going to watch a scary movie, talk to me.
Talk to me
By
to me.
A24. Good.
by A24. What's
Yeah.
that?
That's the
What is A24? The producers?
Yeah.
Oh, never heard of it.
A20. Dude, yeah, you have Hereditary. Hereditary. Ugh, what is-
Hereditary?
Yeah, that's A24.
Oh, I've never heard of that one either.
No,
It's in theaters right now.
no, you can rent it right now,
Okay.
but it's a really good movie.
824.
Yeah, their movies are good.
Okay.
They're fucking twisted as fuck. Some of them.
Yeah, no, I
Interesting.
want to watch something scary.
No, another movie that I watched that was like not really because there's a strike right now with the I don't know maybe they
No,
already
I think they already came to an
The
agreement.
they came to an
strike?
agreement, but before the agreement,
Yeah,
what was the movie that we watched?
the one that you told me about.
Yeah, it's no, it's The Creator. It's about AI.
That's the one you told me
I
about.
heard that
Good
one.
fucking movie. That was a good movie. So much.
That's the one that's in the movie theaters, right?
Yeah, so much fucking like hidden meaning behind the movie.
It's a scary movie.
No, it's about AI,
Okay.
but it's crazy. It's a lot of like fucking rabbit holes you can go through on that movie.
Bet. Sounds great to me.
It's a good sci-fi
If
movie.
you want to fucking talk about rabbit hole, this motherfucker go by any rabbit.
You know
hole.
what? Play the preview. That way they can see what we talking about.
I do want to see the preview.
Yeah, dude, all it took is 10 seconds of the preview. I was like, I want to go watch this. That's all it
I
took.
see. I didn't even hear about it. That was out in the movie theaters, right? So
Me either. I just saw it and then I saw that it had like robots and I was like, let me see.
yeah, as soon as you have to skip a little bit so we don't get
Yeah, we had to skip through the preview. So like play it, but then like skip.
skip like 3 seconds or
Yeah.
something like that. And we go to scene 2.
What's heaven?
A place in the sky.
Okay, you got it.
Are you going to heaven?
No. You gotta be a good person to go to heaven.
Then we're the same.
Oh, this one.
We
Yeah.
can't go to heaven
No, don't
because
skip
you're
that
not
much.
good.
Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, with the AI child, right?
Yeah, it's fucking
They're
good.
coming to get me.
I'm like a bodyguard. I'm getting you out of this.
Take care of her.
I promise.
Nice.
Yeah, good
That looks
movie.
pretty dope.
It is good, man.
I would watch it.
Believe me, it was good. Definitely worth it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that then. Probably this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah, take Angie. It's a good movie for kids.
For kids?
Yeah, there's no gruesome, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like kid friendly still.
Okay.
Just the violence, the killing of the robots and stuff.
I mean, she watches Demon Slayer, so
Yeah, it should be alright.
yeah.
Robots getting messed up.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, AI getting messed up. That's it.
It's AI, not people. Let's get it straight.
That movie will get you thinking about that. You'll be like, "Fuck." It's kind of fucked up. You gotta
Fucking
watch
Bet.
it. You gotta watch it. It's kind of
It's
fucked
on my
up.
list then.
But no, I wanted to talk about something else though, because it's Texas. Since we were talking about Texas Rangers, this came to my mind. Fucking Texas immigration bill, bro.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did.
Can you look that? Did you hear about it?
They need to take immigration. They want to do the same thing they did in Florida.
So nobody can work here.
No, not
That-
that. I think it
Human,
was.
the smuggling, like
No, you can't drive anybody that's illegal.
yeah,
You can't drive anybody that's illegal. So anybody in your car
that's considered human smuggling.
is considered human smuggling.
Go to
Yeah, it's bad.
go to a TikTok. So
They literally they tricked the guy, like they sent him a message through Snap and said, "Hey, we'll pay you. I don't have it. We'll
just
pay
look it
you.
up right
We'll pay you $1,500. You just got to do is pick up this person and take him here." The guy,
you're talking about the
the
black kid, right?
Yeah, he was like 17. He's like, all right, 15 to pick up somebody and drop him off somewhere. Yeah, sure, cool. You're gonna fill my tank. You're gonna give me that money. That's it. It was DPS.
That was a sting operation.
Yes,
So I set him up.
they set him up.
Dude, I mean,
Put that one, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise
Scene
me
two.
though.
I'll replay it again.
Yeah, so I think she breaks down pretty good. Like, you have to unmute it.
Unmuted. Sorry about it.
or friend, please watch this video and share to help spread the word. So Texas Governor Greg Abbott has called for a special session to pass anti-immigrant bills, one of which is very reminiscent to Florida's SB 1718. Last night, the Texas Senate passed anti-immigrant bill SB 4, and it is now one step closer to becoming law. SB 4 would criminalize transporting into or within Texas undocumented family members or friends, and it would implement a 10-year mandatory minimum penalty for those found guilty. This would put hundreds of thousands of individuals in Texas at risk of being incarcerated for simply being family members or friends with undocumented individuals. But that's not all. Also last night, the Texas Senate passed anti-immigrant bill SB 11. SB 11 would basically turn all of Texas law enforcement into immigration agents. Now that these bills have been passed through the Senate, if they pass the Texas House as well, all Texas Governor Greg Abbott would need to do is sign them into law. He cannot allow for these bills to reach his desk, so what you can do to help put a stop to this nonsense is contact your Texas House representatives. You can call or email them.
that's
If you
good.
don't know who they are, then go here.
So yeah, bro, like,
Let's be honest about this. This is not about immigration.
No.
One of Greg Abbott's biggest donors is the prison population. Like the people that have
Prison system.
the prison systems, they're one of his biggest owners. So what does that provide?
pasta volume.
Yeah, there you go. That provides money, that they're gonna get
Right.
from people being in prison for human smuggling of illegals. That's all it is. Cheap labor too, because they're gonna put them to work.
Oh, yeah, I mean, for-profit prisons should be
Illegal.
banned
For
at this
sure.
point because it's
But-
controversial.
But see,
It's
that's
controversial.
something like, that's kind of fucked up because, like, even my mom, right? If I get caught driving with my mom, what, am I gonna go to fucking jail because of that?
Yeah, basically that's what they're saying.
And that's fucking crazy.
It's fucking wild, dude. And then they, like I said, they saw that they could do it in Florida and get away with it, and
No,
they're like,
I think what's really pushing this narrative right now is the mass influx of immigrants right now, and since so many people are hearing about this shit, and even some states are being affected, like Chicago and New York, and people are just constantly hearing about this, then that's why I think they're pushing it right now because of all that shit that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
during
but
this time.
do you understand how most of these immigrants get in here, right?
Yeah.
They're actually let in. They come to the border, they seek asylum, and they said, all right, here's your court date.
Yeah, and a lot of them right now are fucking.
So they're here
just-
legally, technically. They're just waiting for their court case to be either.
No, but you know that right now even Joe Biden said they're gonna do mass deportation on Venezuelans.
Yeah, dude, they've always done. Everybody's done mass deportation. But the thing is, like, we're not getting to the root of the issue. Our immigration system sucks. To process somebody that background whatever, years. Like let me see.
I mean, it took my mom 3 years to just get a. No, it
No,
was 2018.
Yes, longer than
That's
that.
5 years, just to get a court, just to go to court.
Just to go to court.
5 years.
It's like we don't have the necessary manpower to process the people. Like right now, if you get married to do your residency, you're not even going to see. You're not even doing a interview anymore. As long as you have enough evidence, which is good for people that are doing that. They're gonna
Yeah.
get pushed through right away. But before, there used to be an interview, and they just did it with that. And like my DACA, they used to have to every year I would renew. Well, not every 2 years I would renew. I would have to do a bioscan, and they would rerun my fingerprints. And now they just use the same prints I had before, run them again, and boom, let's go. So
What's that for? Why do they
DACA?
run why do they need your prints?
to make sure that you haven't broken any laws, because every time you break a law, you go to jail. They take your
Yeah.
prints.
Yeah. So make sure he's not a fucking murderer.
Yeah.
So that's what they're using to try to weed those people out.
Yeah, the people that get DACA, yeah, you can't have any kind of.
No criminal.
No
That's
criminal.
the Dreamers thing, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dreamers.
Okay.
We're a modern day.
They're in limbo.
Yes.
Right. There needs to be a more sustainable way, a path to citizenship.
Well, we used to have it.
How long have Dreamers been in that system?
Since,
How long? Since Obama.
Since I was 26.
Since Obama
So
left office.
I'm on my fourth one.
2008?
Yeah, I'm on my fourth
What,
one to renew.
2012?
No, 2014.
2014.
Almost 8 years.
I mean, it's
6
a
years.
long time.
It's a long
just to
time.
No,
be-
2016. That's when he left office.
Yeah.
He got elected 2008.
Yeah, 2016. So what is that?
Yeah.
20. Yeah, it's for 6 years.
2016.
6 years. So I'm going on 8 years. They've been having it.
Yeah, because I know right before he left, he implemented DACA. So there's been, and they still don't have a pathway for citizenship.
No, we just pay
That's the
taxes.
crazy part. But
We-
they pay taxes and they gotta do everything else.
Yeah, we can work, we can do everything, but we have no benefits,
And you can't travel.
and I can't travel without a significant reason, whether it be work related. They'll let me travel for that.
What do you think is the best benefit of becoming a citizen? Because I don't feel like what are we getting that's different?
You're paying into a system that you're actually going to benefit at one point or another.
Yeah, if your whole family's here,
Okay.
you know,
Uh-huh.
yeah, if your whole family's here, then it's just the benefit of peace of mind that I'm not gonna have to fucking rely on the DACA for me to be a citizen.
Oh, it's not just that. Like right now, they've created a lot of laws where like banks and credit unions, they give you they make you jump through more hoops in order to get a loan than it would be before.
Right. Yeah.
Before, dude, I could get a loan on the internet through my phone, approved right away. Now the banks, they're like, we need your DACA, what is it, ID, we need your social security, we need everything. And also the same thing with loans. If you get a loan, they need all sorts of paperwork, all the forms that you filled out to get a loan. Instead of just like, oh yeah, you're approved. No, it's like it's more hoops I got to go through now.
Yeah.
Recently, and this is recently because before I got loans without just like over my phone, fill out an information, boom, you got a loan, you got approved. And that's the same thing with getting a house. It's also, they made it harder if you have a DACA recipient to get a house, even though you have everything right, credit score and everything.
Yeah, one of the things that you just take for granted, if you don't know that this kind of procedures are in place, then you, as an American citizen, I would never think twice.
Well, think, and also I'm also like, and that's another thing they say, like, oh, illegal immigrants, they don't pay taxes.
No, they
Well,
do. Yeah,
well, I mean that's a
Yeah.
big thing that people say.
Right.
What most people don't realize is that if you at one point, whether you're legal or you're DACA, whatever, you're
Even
paying
illegal.
taxes.
Even illegal.
You're paying taxes, but you know why? At some point, you're hoping that a law passes that you're gonna have to provide that, because that's one of the things you have to provide when you're trying to get some kind of a residency in the United States. Is you got to prove you've been paying taxes since you've been here.
And even for people to work here that are illegal, a lot of them have to get an I-10 number.
Yes, because you
And
still
with
got to
an
pay
I-10
taxes.
And with an I-10 number, that's how you pay taxes.
Right.
And that's how you get credit cards or
Loans
It's
or-
like a social security for immigrants, pretty much.
Yeah, but you pay taxes. We pay taxes.
Yeah, they
And-
pay taxes. I mean, there are some people that don't. Of course, like even just regular Americans, some people that don't fucking pay taxes. So,
Fucking corporations.
I mean that too.
They pay 1%.
But they do it legally. I'm talking about illegally.
But still, man, that's worse. Illegal immigrants probably pay more taxes than
Corporations.
corporations, straight up.
You remember the Pandora Papers?
Pandora Papers.
Eh,
The
yeah.
Panama Papers? Oh, yeah.
The what?
Is it Panama Papers? Is that what you're talking about?
Because they stored all their money in Panama.
I thought it was called the Pandora Papers, but it was they were basically all these shell corporations that were stationed overseas in tax havens, and they were basically paying nothing, on billions of dollars of revenue.
And that's what I get back to. Like, before the thought was that if we don't tax these corporations, they're going to create more jobs. Workers are going to get paid more benefits for the workers. That was the case of, lowering the tax rate on the companies. And we haven't been seeing that. These companies, they're fucking, becoming monopolies. If you think about it, AT&T, T-Mobile, fucking merging.
They're all becoming monopolies.
Yeah, they're becoming monopolies.
Ticketmaster.
And then
Ticketmaster.
And then since there's no labor unions, they're like, some of them, they're like, yeah, we're gonna create jobs, and then they don't. They do layoffs, or they fucking lay people.
I think Google just recently laid off like 10,000 employees or something.
So I'm like, they're like, this whole not taxing the corporations is not working for us. It's not working for the American people. It's working for the rich.
Trickle down economics.
No, that shit's not working. It's not working for us.
I haven't gotten a drop.
It's like, where's this fucking jobs at? Because I can tell you this: the job market is slim pickings. What's out there right now?
I mean, There's a lot of jobs out there. You can't really say they're slim pickings because there is a lot of jobs out there.
But they want you to have more and still pay you minimum wage.
I haven't seen a minimum wage job.
I literally saw a job for 16 an hour yesterday asking for a bachelor's degree for customer service.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I seen those. Like actually for bachelor's degrees, and you're like only paying $18 or $16. Like,
As a
the fuck?
I looked at a job posting. It was for a restaurant manager. They wanted a bachelor's in hospitality, and they were paying $10 an hour.
What?
I'm telling you,
And
it's
they
fucking.
wanted a bachelor.
$10 an hour for?
Yeah, I'm not talking about trade jobs. I'm talking about like those kind of jobs.
Yeah, I was
Trade jobs
tripping.
is
I was
good.
like, I couldn't believe it. You know,
Dude,
But-
I would be so pissed. I would apply and be like, "What the fuck are you thinking?" And just leave that in the comments.
no, I almost did too. I was like, y'all tripping.
It's like, who do I need to
Get
hire?
wrecked.
Yeah, bro. I have whoever applies for that, please don't.
But nah, that's what most people don't realize is that those are like those type of jobs. But trade jobs are paying good right now.
Yeah.
And you
Oh
don't.
yeah,
most-
because I mean that's gonna be the job that's gonna be taken last, if anything.
the manual labor jobs.
Yeah,
a little bit of manual labor.
Manual labor jobs are gonna be taken last by AI. So
Yeah,
just future heads up. Even warehouse jobs will be taken by AI,
AI for sure.
and that's crazy. Because I mean, the company I work for, they're developing those things for future warehouses, which is gonna be AI warehouses, smart warehouses.
Well, that's why you need at some points you need that labor
labor
union because they put that in the contract that
Yeah, but a labor union can only protect you for so long.
no, but they say like you can evolve and get AIs and stuff, but we need to find a way to transfer that workforce to another department within the company, not
Yeah.
lay them off.
Yeah, but you can't do that because at the end of the day, people are gonna have to get laid off because you can't just sit there.
Well,
and
no,
do nothing.
because if you think about it, if it's AIs or robots that are doing the manufacturing, you're still gonna need people to work on the robots when they break down.
Yeah, there's
That's
gonna
what I'm
be
saying.
some people for that, but compared to like let's say Amazon, right?
Yeah.
There's people in every station. You're replacing with robots. Where are they gonna go? You can't just create jobs out of nowhere for them.
Hey, that's what they get the tax cuts for.
No,
That's their problem.
I mean, if anything, these companies would have to pay towards the taxes to pay towards universal care, universal payments for people.
yeah.
So I mean, that's probably what it's gonna have to come down to. What the company's gonna have to pay taxes to have these AIs.
Yeah.
I mean, but my company's working on that shit for the future, so that's why I'm like, it's coming fast.
Oh yeah.
It's coming fast. It's not like it's gonna be like.
It's not gonna be the
it's not gonna
illegals
20,
taking your
30 years,
jobs.
bro. It's gonna be within the next 5 to 10
It's gonna
years.
be the AIs taking your
AI's
job.
taking jobs, bro.
AI. There was no, I don't know if it was a skit or not. I really hope it wasn't, but it was like basically this guy that was working for an accounting firm, and he was actually not getting an AI. He was actually getting somebody overseas in India that was getting paid like $3 to do the exact same work he was doing. So he would send him the work,
Yeah.
and he would send it back, and then he would turn it in as his own.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy, dude.
No, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of that, like fucking what's it called? Fiverr. I mean, you can find a bunch of people on Fiverr. Just go on Fiverr, be like, whatever you wanna that's it, Rodin or something.
Yeah.
Fucking presentations. Fucking send them in, dog.
I didn't know that was what Fiverr
Pay like
was.
$20.
I never used it.
There's Fiverr for everything.
There was a story that I followed that was a guy that was working from home and he had 2 jobs simultaneously, and he was just
Send them overseas.
sending his work from his second job over to Indian people to do it for a fraction of what he was getting paid, and he was getting 2 paychecks from 2 jobs, even though he was only
Hey,
doing one.
work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the name of the game. You gotta learn how to work smarter and not harder.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But nah.
What is this?
This is names from the Panama Papers.
Oh, all the people that were.
All prime ministers.
So what's the difference between the Panama Papers and the Pandora Papers?
It was called the Panama Papers. It wasn't.
Look
the
up Pandora Papers real quick.
Who opened Pandora's box?
Oh wait, no, there's another one.
No, I know I'm not tripping. Like, I've dove down into this one too, but I don't know what the difference is. I don't. It
Leaked
might
documents of
be the same thing because I don't know what the Panama Papers are.
exposing 35 world leaders, including disclaimer.
But there's so much information out there about corrupt people
Oh yeah.
that no one knows about just because we don't know what to look up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's
I
so
agree.
much information out there.
There's the CIA declassifies stuff. I think there's a law that makes them have to declassify stuff after like 10 years.
But they don't say anything. They don't say anything. They just
they just declassify it.
I mean, there are some people that follow it, but not
Very
very,
few.
very
Yeah.
few. Handful of people.
And this was a huge. I mean,
Well,
thousands of papers.
Literally, as soon as you start following, you start getting shadow banned. Like for a lot of people that are following the news with Israel and the Palestinians, they're being demonetized.
Oh yeah, the fucking what's his name? Adam just told me right now a little while ago that Israel's suing TikTok.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, bro. How are you
Dude.
gonna fucking sue TikTok?
There's a a journalist on TikTok that he's been real popular. I follow him. Some white old guy, bald head, and he's actually live over there. And as soon as he started talking about all the information from both sides, not just one, he's going to Palestine, he's going to the Israelis, and he's talking to both of them, getting both sides of the story. Shadow ban. His account has been canceled.
Just for talking about it.
Just for talking about it, being over there and talking about both sides, like talking to Palestinians, talking to Israel. He's been canceled.
You're talking about his TikTok account?
Yeah,
or
his
what?
TikTok account has been canceled.
They're trying to control the narrative, man.
They're like, but they're losing that. They're losing that battle.
Yeah, when it comes to Israel, Israel's losing the narrative for sure. It's not even close.
I don't know, man. I think that, I mean, I've been online for a while now.
He's been in the
Just-
Twitter wars,
just kind of
the X wars.
observing.
Hold on, it's the X wars now.
So what have you came across, man? Because I really try not to look at it because honestly, it makes me a little bit depressed that that we could do this to each other as humans.
But I think it's
It's
something that
taking
you
a
have
toll.
to know.
No. Don't get me wrong. It's you have to know, but to really dive into it, like the wrongings that the Palestinians have been going through this entire time, and all of a sudden now we want to make a big deal about it because of attack, but you've been kicking people out of their homes that they've been living in generations.
But it wasn't even their fault. That's the thing. It wasn't.
It was Hamas.
It wasn't the Palestinians' fault. It was Hamas. But
The collective
hold on.
punishment.
But the Palestinians did vote in Hamas
In 2007,
in 2007.
where half the population wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, those people voted in them though.
For me, the way I look at it is the people there are grasping for straws. They're grasping for straws for anything because they've had diplomatic leaders that have, gone the peaceful route, and those leaders were assassinated by the Mossad agents in Israel.
And even the Israel people, the Israel Prime Minister in
Israeli
'95
people.
that got assassinated.
He got assassinated too. They assassinate anybody who isn't going towards their agenda.
Yeah.
And
So why hasn't? Because I know I heard this a few times that whenever Israel was trying to go to the negotiating table, that the Palestinians didn't want no negotiating. They didn't want no peace.
Can you pull up that that BB interview?
It's one of those that we.
It's on the tabs up there.
There's
One of the Reddit ones.
there's an interview of the Prime Minister of Israel.
No, the middle one. Try the middle one.
And
Next one.
To the left. The first one.
Probably the first one.
The first one.
That's
Next
another one.
That one
Yeah,
right there.
you go.
No.
So it's the last
No,
one.
the last-
It's the last one. It's the last one.
The
There,
last
you go, right
tab. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
So this is what I think. I think that the terms of their peace treaty or their agreements have been manipulated by the Israeli government, and you can't accept terms that are just unacceptable. And I think that this video kind of shows that they're not acting in good faith when they are trying to come up with a compromise and a solution. It just shows that they've been manipulating the situation.
Hold on. Okay, click it.
שהמחיר יהיה כבד מנשוא, כרגע
So far, the price tag is not unbearable. Large-scale attack on the Palestinian community.
יביא אותם לפחד שהכל מתמוטט.
לא פוחדים, צוחקים להם, יראו לנו לתוך האישה, וצחוק,
פחד שהכל
ופשוט הם לא פוחדים.
זה מה שמביא...
They can say whatever they want.
רגע, אבל אז שוב פעם העולם יגיד מה, אתם כובשים? אתה לא מפחד מהעולם, ביבי.
במיוחד היום עם אמריקה, אני יודע מה זה אמריקה. אמריקה זה דבר שאפשר להזיז אותו בקלות, להזיז לכיוון הנכון. הוא לא יכניעו לנו.
אז אם אנחנו עושים את זה,
יש שם נניח שהם אומרים משהו. אז אמרו, 80% מהאמריקאים תומכים בנו. זה אבסורד. לא פחדתי לתמד שם. לא פחדתי להתאבד עם קלינטון. לא פחדתי להתאבד עם אובמה. מה היו הסכמי אוסלו? הסכמי אוסלו שהכנסת חתמה עליהם. שאלו אותי לפני הבחירות, תקיים, בתנאי כפוף להדדיות וצמצום הנסיבות. אבל איך אתה מצמצם את הנסיבות? אני אתן פירוש להסכם שיאפשר לי להפסיק את הדהירה הזאת לקווי 67. איך עשינו את זה? אף אחד לא אמר מה זה אתרים צבאיים מוגדרים. אתרים צבאיים מוגדרים, אני אמרתי, אלה אזורי ביטחון. בקעת הירדן, מבחינתי זה אתר צבאי מוגדר.
נכון.
זה אוקיי. לך תגיד. אבל אז הייתה שאלה, מי יגדיר מה זה אתרים צבאיים מוגדרים? קיבלתי מכתב מקריסטופר, אליי ולערפאת, באותה לשון, שאומר שישראל בלבד היא זו שתגדיר מה הם את מיקום האתרים הצבאיים האלה ואת גודלם. עכשיו, הם לא רצו לתת את המכתב הזה, אז לא נתתי את הסכם כמובן. הפסקתי את ישיבת הממשלה, אמרתי, אני לא חותם. רק כשהגיע המכתב, תוך כדי הישיבה, אליי ואל ערפאת, חתמתי על הסכם. תגיד לו שעדיף לתת 2% מאשר לתת 100%. וזו הברירה שעומדת כאן הפרק. אתה נתת 2%, ובזה עצרת את הנסיגה הזאת במקום 100%.
Damn.
Okay, so this was in 2001. He's been
The interview was 2001.
yeah he's been off and on prime minister since 1996.
After the guy got murdered in 95.
And this guy mentioned that 80% of the Americans support him. This was right after 9/11.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody was on board. They're like, yeah, fuck those brown people over there and trying to kill us all, a bunch of terrorists. And so there was a lot of support for him at that time when he discussed this so openly. You know, why not? You know, what is anybody else going to do?
Yeah, because, you know, they're Christians, so we got to...
He didn't know how powerful the internet was going to be.
I don't think so. But what was substantial to me about watching this when I saw it the first time was it just basically showed how the West Bank became so fractured.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the Oslo Accords was basically an agreement because they had been, you know, occupying Palestinian land and moving settlers in, and they didn't want to move those borders back to 1967 when the UN created the borders.
The original borders.
The original borders. And so he refused to sign the Oslo Accords to
keep the boundaries the way they were supposed to be.
To keep the boundaries back and to have an agreement of where the Palestinian land is going to be until he got permission to define what a military
zone is
going to be.
Yeah.
So he was able to put military zones in all these strategic places to fracture apart the West Bank. And
that's why it looks all scattered.
That's why it looks all
That's
scattered.
why they have that reporter that says, I can't walk here because I'm Palestinian. And that's
okay. Look, I'm gonna
put all these checkpoints and stuff.
I'm gonna put this video on TikTok about this guy. He's a Jew, and then he was talking about this, about how he was like, the reason that the Palestinians lost land is because they kept attacking Israel, and once you attack somebody, you have the right to
defend yourself,
seize land and defend yourself. So every time they attack, they would take more land.
But it was also a divide and conquer, like he says. They put the military zones.
Go on TikTok.
Am I right?
They put these military zones in places, and then they can make it however big that they want to.
Mute it.
And so they can put these military zones in, and then they can bring settlers in and put them into that zone and kick people out of their homes and set up more settlements.
Which that's what kind of drove that argument. Well, I mean, it made it worse by kicking people out of their homes and saying
Israel expansion.
this is a military zone now, and you're no longer allowed here. Basically,
Right.
I don't understand that's what that kind of gets me. Is like, how were they able to do segregation after the fact that we gotten done with segregation here in the United States? Like, this is back in the 1990s that they were able to do segregation without it being frowned upon. Like,
Well, they can hide behind the mask of anti-Semitism. They can say, okay, if anybody objects to our initiative to create a Jewish country, then you're against Jews and you're anti-Semite.
Well, couldn't the same argument be made about the United States? Like, how do people not put two and two together? If Native Americans all decided to take people's homes, because like, oh no, this was the Comanches' land, and now we're settling it. Like, how do you not see one and not the other? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what they're using. They're using the whole, oh, this was our land before it was yours, and we're taking it back, and we have the right to it.
Right.
So and the part of the segregation, that doesn't get. I'm like,
people are unwilling to recognize that it's an apartheid state. People think that, you know, apartheid was just South Africa, and you know that's history at this point. But I mean, people don't object to it because of numerous reasons.
yeah, and also the fact that they a religional group was able to settle somewhere, and only let people that believe the same thing they believe. Like, how like that is mind boggling to me. Like, how that's an idea. You can't. Jewish people have been living out throughout the whole world peacefully before World War II. You know,
there's always been anti-Semitism, but after World War II, the sympathies for the Jewish people, I think, were at the highest.
Oh yeah.
Because after the Holocaust, everybody was so sympathetic, and everybody agreed that they should have a safe home, and that's not something that I disagree with either. But what it's become has been something that I don't think that most people realize. Because to create an all-Jewish country or a Jewish country in a land that's already been established, you have to you have to ethnically cleanse the land from the native population.
And that sounds horrible. That sounds like Germany.
But that's literally what's happening.
Well, yeah, I mean that's literally what Israel is doing.
You have to put a word to it, and the literal definition of what's happening is an ethnic cleansing of the people. It sounds bad, but it just has a bad connotation because of what happened to the Jews, which they're now doing to the native population that's over there. You know, it's become a very ethno-supremacist state because they have to maintain the majority. They have to be a majority Jewish state for them to, you know, run as a Jewish country, the land of the Jews.
See, and that's why I don't get it. Like, they were perfectly fine before because before it used to be like 10% people that believe in the Jewish faith within that Palestinian country, and then it was like what 15% Christians, and the rest were just Muslims, and they were living peacefully inside of that region. Nobody was having any kind of, everybody, you know, respected their religions. But
once they drew up the 1967 borders,
that's what
it was all bets are off because the British colonizers they promised that land to two different groups of people,
and they broke the promises.
They promised it to the Palestinians who had fought for the Allies in World War II, and they promised them, okay, if you guys fight for us, then we will give you your land. We'll leave and let you guys have your land because it was British occupied at that time. Yeah. But they also had an agreement with the Rothschilds, and there was a letter that was sent, and they basically said that, you know, after deciding that this is the land that they wanted to gain the British support for creating a Jewish nation.
Well, Britain already had that land.
They were the last what is it?
Well, they were occupying the land.
Yes. Well, no, they it was one of the British's, colonies that they had all over the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
But it's not that they wanted it. They thought they deserved that land because of the Bible, or because of the religion.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's why they settled in that land.
Yes.
Let's be honest. I mean that's why.
Yes. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't.
And at the end of the day, even because I even sent you a video about how the Israelites, they're not supposed to have land.
They're supposed to be people without borders or something.
People without a land. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they
And
say
that's another
in
thing.
the the Old Testament. Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, but these are like what extreme views, right?
Yeah.
All this stuff with them trying to extinguish the Palestinians and get rid of them is coming from the far right in Israel.
Right.
Because there also is a left side in Israel.
That's the one that won in 1995, and then they got assassinated, the leader, because he wanted to create, a peaceful content or whatever it is, Palestine. He wanted
a united,
between
united
the Arabs and the Israelis.
So to understand the conflict, you have to understand the history of the place.
Yeah.
So the Levant region where Palestine is was once Greater Syria. It was a part of the Ottoman Empire. And after World War II, like I said, they had promised the land to the Palestinian people for fighting alongside. However, the Balfour Declaration, which is which was the support from the British government, from the Rothschilds to create a Zionist country. And the Balfour Declaration was in 1917. So this was after World War I. And Jewish people started to buy land in Palestine. They had about 5% of land in Palestine before the actual
Occupation.
UN borders were drawn up. Yeah. So they had a little bit of land over there. And after World War II, then the sympathies really came in.
And that's when that's when they came in after that.
Right. And so it was the Balfour Declaration that basically set up the swindle. It was promised to the Jewish people, and then it was also promised to the Palestinian people.
They're one of the,
and that's where the conflict started.
That one of the countries they were going to move them to was also Colombia or somewhere. Colombia and Africa. They had Ethiopia. Those were the two other options to move them to, the Jewish people. But at the end,
of course they're not going to go there because that's not their land that they were promised or whatever.
But I think that why make promises to a people that don't have a land to begin with? They were throughout the whole world, kind of like the Gypsies. The Gypsies don't have a state that they claim as theirs or whatever. I think that's where they fucked up. It's like there's no land out there. They said that it was a people without land. Yeah. It was a people without a land for a land without people.
And so when they decided that they were going to do whatever it takes to formulate this dream of theirs, it was called the Nakba.
Yeah.
And the Nakba is in Arabic it translates to the Great Catastrophe. So when they came in after the UN borders were drawn and made these areas Israeli territory, they went in and they raped and pillaged, they murdered, and they expelled millions of people out of the new borders in Israel.
Hold on, the UN did?
No, the Israel.
Israel came in,
right,
and then raped and pillaged.
Yes. So
that was when
after World
War II.
This was 1947.
So after World War II.
Correct.
So after all that shit happened to them, they came in and took over this motherfucker.
Well,
with the help
of the UN.
Yeah, the British government. Helped get them set up. Yeah.
And then ever since then,
the conflict has just been going.
Well, yeah. I mean,
of course, like if you come in and try to take land by force, it's
because the Palestinians, they didn't recognize that. They're just like, who are you to give away half of our country? You were just a colonizer that came in here to try to to take over the land after World War II when the
Well,
Ottoman,
that Ottoman
because the
Empire
Ottoman
fell.
because the Ottoman Empire fell.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
and so it was divided up, and then British decided that they were going to be able to take control of the area in a short-term solution.
Yeah.
They were just going to govern it for a while until they decided what was going to happen with it.
And how does that work though? How the fuck does the British government come in and just
Because they're
decide?
they're the global empire at the time.
I know that. I know they were like
They're
very
the U.S.
powerful.
at the time.
I know that. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that. But just to be able to go in there and just govern it, what they had to fight a war, didn't they?
Well, they were basically.
Were they not fighting?
No, they were making deals with both sides of the people that wanted the control of that
so
land.
they were like the middleman.
Yes, they were breaking promises left and right. No, it's
the British Empire.
No, not the British. The Palestine.
The Ottoman Empire.
Just look at Palestine. The history of Palestine. It'll come up. Most of the stuff that
I mean, but that's just my question because how does even though that they have to fight for this to have control over the land? That's what I'm asking. Like, did the British come in and fight over the land?
No, it's a diplomatic,
solution.
Because after
all the different regions in the area said, okay, you can come in and try to resolve the situation.
Period.
Well, the winners make the rules.
Down.
The Allies were victorious. The Ottomans, in general, fought for the Axis powers.
Yeah.
They fought alongside Germany, because they also fought alongside Germany in World War One. So
yeah.
They fought along the Axis powers too, and they picked the losing side. So the losing team doesn't dictate, what happens. The winning team does.
Yeah.
So they came in to put an interim government together, because after everything collapses,
just like we went to Japan.
Right. Similar, yeah. And and so it was a big problem because the native population wasn't just going to go up half their land.
They wouldn't just be like, oh.
Well, no, it's kind of like what they did with Germany. You know how they took away Poland was part of Germany originally, and then
they took over. Yeah.
They separated it. They
repartitioned everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. After World War II, everything got they did the same thing, but here it wasn't people that were there. They moved people into a state that they weren't there. They were there, but they weren't the main population of that state.
Yeah.
Or country or whatever.
And that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, that's where the conflict starts. That's kind of the brief history of it, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I mean the start of it. I mean that's how it started.
Right.
So I mean, okay. I mean I know the Ottoman Empire was there. I just was confused like how the fuck, but of course it was after World War II, so that explains a lot of it.
All right, hold on. Let's put that. Go ahead and put that TikTok up, babe.
What is this about?
I just ended.
So this guy is from an original massacre that occurred in like 1948. He was called the Butcher of Deir Yassin. Let's see.
Yeah, it's right there.
They keep deleting this video literally everywhere because it's pretty condemning.
Yep, doesn't surprise me.
They did a bunch of videos, bro.
Refresh.
I don't know. The internet's been slow today.
I think there you go.
Go to scene 2. Erase the memory of them.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
These animals can no longer live. Nowadays we have no excuse. Tomorrow Hezbollah could send airstrikes on us. Arabs here could attack us. So we have no excuse. Every Jew with weapons should go out and kill them. If you have an Arab neighbor, don't wait.
שהוא יבוא אליך הביתה.
Go to his
תיכנס
home and shoot him.
אליו הביתה ותירה. תיכנס בהם
After
לפני
them and don't
שיפעילו
wait
את
for them.
את
Attack them
הטילים
and wait for them
שלהם.
and fire
אל
airstrikes at
תחכה
us.
שיפגיעו
And for the
ותקח את
Iron Dome
כיפת
to
הברזל.
activate.
כנס לפני זה, אבל אנחנו צריכים
Want
להיכנס
to invade
לא
not
כמו
like
קודם.
before.
להרוס
Want to enter,
ולהתקדם,
destroy,
להרוס
destroy
ולהתקדם,
houses,
עם
then
תותחים,
destroy.
עם
Guns, then
הפצצות,
trespass.
להרוס בית ולהיכנס הלאה, להרוס עוד בית ולהיכנס. נקמה על מה שהם עוללים לנו, עכשיו הולכת להתחולל. עכשיו הולכים להיות דברים שלא חלמנו עליהם. כן? שיפלו עליהם פצצות שישמידו אותם.
Damn.
כל מה שהנביאים ניבאו הולך על אחרית הימים מתרחש עכשיו.
This is what I mean, that I don't know if I'm pretty sure I said this before, but hate is taught. You don't learn to hate.
And they brought the
You're taught, you're taught to hate.
It's not natural.
It's not natural. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like no person is born racist. You can't be born racist. You have to be taught to be racist.
Yeah.
You know,
the Israeli government literally brought him.
They brought him, yeah.
So that he could go encourage the troops in case they ever thought, maybe I don't know if I want to kill kids. He's like, no, fucking kill all of them. So
yeah,
that's why this video keeps getting deleted everywhere, and this one only has 3 views because the original one, which had 5 million views, was deleted.
Yeah, and so I mean, I understand that.
It keeps getting taken down everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the true message.
Yeah.
Was it also showing the one where he was talking to the troops? Was that video?
Yeah, in the beginning.
In the
beginning. Yeah, but
that he was gearing them up to kill.
Yeah.
Innocent people.
Yeah, I seen this other video where there was this Israeli soldiers talking about how they just fucking killed a kid and how they're like, yeah, as soon as I see a fucking Palestinian, I shoot him. It's just like this type of shit, like
the veterans.
Yeah.
The old guys that were talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like I had 260 bullets in my gun and I used all of those to kill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the video I saw.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see. I think it's this one right here that I sent to.
But
this is and their words haven't changed as far as what Palestine wants. Look, this is an interview.
But it's not Palestine though.
Well, I mean Israeli. I just sent another one. Just refresh it real quick.
Top or left.
That one. And this is the Russian media interviewing
Russia TV.
Yeah.
Just use the pad.
Off air, and you did say to me that that what we're broadcasting on RT International is propaganda. You said that we are presenting a lie, and you did say that your response would be quote unquote violent. So the hospital attack that has brought condemnation from essentially the entire Islamic world. All right, go on then. Go on. Okay, go on.
I am going to stop. I am not letting you asking this question.
Okay.
There has been no hospital attack. It is clear. The proofs are outside. Everything is in the open. It's very simple. You can read everything. The mere fact of saying that there has been a hospital attack, which has not happened, is a lie. It's a blatant lie. It's Palestinian terrorist propaganda, and the fact that you are repeating this propaganda just shows that this place is a place of lie. This is not a place which is looking for truth, because there is no discussion. It's clear. It's in the open.
Mr. Weidman, are you telling me there was no?
They just banned Al Jazeera.
I'm not going to waste our viewers' time having a.
Yeah, so he's saying it didn't happen, but then he literally puts up the video of them showing the hospital.
Oh no, I have the video. I found another video, but keep on clicking.
No, look. What they're saying now is that they bombed near the hospital, but they bombed the parking lot.
Well, they also said it was Hamas.
No, they also did say it was Hamas. They also said it was Hamas because they said that they have video of Hamas shooting rockets and one of them.
Oh no, I have the videos for that, but I want to get to the end of this video. What this guy says. Just click on it.
A shouting match with you. Listen, let's try, Mr. Weidman. Let's try and be respectable here. You are a politician. Let's try.
This is a politician. That's the worst part about it.
Would you calm down and treat this as an adult would do it?
Do not lie.
So the hospital, was
you don't just say don't lie in a fucking debate.
Any contrary narrative is a lie.
It's not bombed. There has been, but this was a war crime committed by the Islamic Jihad or the Hamas, which shot a missile from a hospital according to the laws of war, which Russia incidentally also are supposedly signed on. Not that they respect it, because they've been massively
Russia proposed a peaceful resolution at the United Nations, shot down by America, France, and the usual G7 countries.
Letting me now finishing? No. I am finishing to
what he says next is the scary part.
Speak calmly, Mr. Weidman, then everyone can understand you. Speak like an adult would speak.
I'm not calm.
Carry on.
My people is being slaughtered by Nazis.
See what I mean? Wait.
Your people are being slaughtered by Nazis. Some might say something similar to what's happening in Ukraine right now against the Russians.
People have been massacred by these terrorists. And
so you said the bombing never happened. All right, Mr. Weidman. Okay, Nazis this, the bombing never happened. Okay, let me ask you this. Why is it then that this bombing has been condemned and accused the president of Egypt, the king of Jordan, the president of Syria, the president of Cuba, the government of Iraq, the Turkish foreign minister, the Venezuelan foreign ministry, the head of the African Union, and the president of Iran have all accused Israel of this strike, and you're telling me the strike never happened? It never happened, Mr. Weidman. It's all a lie. It's all smoke and mirrors, right?
Listen, all the countries you have mentioned, all of them are terrorist countries. Syria,
they're all terrorist countries. Jordan, an American ally, is a terrorist country. Turkey, Venezuela, the African Union.
Get to the end.
I just want to point out, it's hilarious that he says Jordan is a terrorist country.
Remember, you don't have a mic. So.
It's funny that he says that Jordan is a terrorist country because they are like the Poland of the Middle East. Like, they don't get involved in shit ever. Never. They never are involved in anything. So that's why I wanted to.
But no, get to the end. Like this is what he said.
Jump to the end. Jump to like the last 2 minutes.
To the threat. There you go.
Last minute. Yeah, because it's a long video.
No, but he threatens.
This guy looks evil.
Now listen to me very carefully. We are going to finish with these Nazis. We're going to win this war. It's going to take the time it's going to take, but we're going to win this war. Afterwards, we're not forgetting what you are doing. We're not forgetting. We will come. We will make sure that Ukraine wins. We will make sure that you pay the price for what you have done. You as Russia, and you and as all the enemies of Israel, and you as all the people who are now making everything they can to support genocide of the Jews in Israel. We are not forgetting. We are not forgetting. Remember exactly what I'm saying now. You will pay the price.
Amir, I think it's safe to say that this is a very passionate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're fucking
like, people have been massacred. My people has been slaughtered by your proxies, and you will pay the price. Is it clear? Believe me.
All right, go ahead and stop that.
I don't actually.
And actually, somebody already. What is it? They analyzed the video from different angles of the hospital.
Oh yeah, I think I sent her that video already.
The one where they got the different angles and they show.
Yeah, see if you can find that one. What is that?
It's right here. Google. Here, I got it right here. Boop! I just sent it. Refresh. It's fucking crazy, dude. Like
they are very
It's only
fascist.
It's only their truth.
They're trying to control what we think. They're trying to control what we see, what we hear.
Are we talking about Hollywood too? Because they're full of Jews.
No, we didn't say all that. We didn't say all that, AD.
What? Like, the media too.
The Hasbara.
Look, there you go.
On the 17th of October 2023,
they got the different angles.
Hundreds of Palestinians were killed when the Al-Ahli Arab Hospital in Gaza was bombed. Officials in Gaza blame the blast on an Israeli airstrike. The Israeli army denies responsibility and claims the attack was due to a failed rocket launch by the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. They say they used Al Jazeera footage to allegedly confirm these claims.
But you're asking me for proof? You don't need to get proof from me. All you need to do is switch over to Al Jazeera, who broadcasted it live, and you can actually see. I got a screen caption just for you to see. This is Al Jazeera from last night.
Our digital investigations team, SANAD, decided to investigate these claims and conducted an in-depth analysis of this Al Jazeera video, along with several other videos from multiple sources, and established a detailed second-by-second timeline of the events. By analysing Al Jazeera's live stream starting at 1845, the team was able to identify 4 Israeli airstrikes on Gaza, targeting the area near the hospital, starting at 1854-28, then 1855-03, then 1857-42, and then 1858-04. That's military time for just before 7 p.m. local. The team cross-referenced this video with another, captured by a camera situated south of Tel Aviv, showing a wide view of the Gaza Strip. That video shows a series of rocket launches from Gaza. That video clearly shows how the Iron Dome intercepted these rockets. Going back to the Al Jazeera live feed at 18:59:35, we can see a single rocket launched from Gaza. This is the rocket in question. This rocket can also be seen on the Israeli video. 15 seconds later, Al Jazeera's live feed shows that the same rocket was intercepted at exactly 18:59:50. This interception has the same afterglow seen in previous interceptions. A closer look at the video
So that's the
captured
rogue
by
rocket
the
they
Al
were
Jazeera
talking
live
about.
feed shows the rocket being completely destroyed and broken apart in the sky. According to all feeds and videos analyzed, this rocket was intercepted and was the last one launched from Gaza before the bombing of the hospital. 5 seconds after that interception, an explosion in Gaza can be seen, followed 2 seconds later by a much larger explosion. This is the strike that hit Al Ahli Arab Hospital. As a result, Al Jazeera Digital Investigations team found no grounds to the Israeli.
Okay, but right
army
there,
claim
it did look like
that
a
the strike
like a
on the Al Ahli Arab
Yeah.
Hospital in Gaza.
So they hit the parking lot, but
was caused
it
But
didn't.
I mean, it did kill people.
It
right?
did kill people.
Let's not say nothing happened, but it did hit the parking lot.
And that's not the first, thing they hit. They also hit a church, one of the second oldest church in the world.
And they hit that yesterday, right?
They hit that yesterday.
And all because they're saying that that's where Hamas is.
It doesn't matter if that's that.
That's
It doesn't
their
make it
guys.
right.
That's their guys.
It doesn't make it right. So
That's their escape. That's what it really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's their justification for dropping bombs and killing mass amounts of people because
Yeah.
they're targeting terrorists.
So just coming from a perspective of someone that's on this side, right? What is the solution for this?
You try to talk this out, man.
There's no solution at this point.
So if there's no solution at this point,
But before we get into the solution, right? Because there's a massive problem that people don't even know about. There's massive amounts of problems that need to get fixed before we can even get to a solution.
Yeah.
All right. So before we even talk about a solution, we have to talk about the manipulation, the lies.
well, yeah, we
have
see
to-
that everywhere.
the
right
land
now.
steal.
No, but there's conspiracies that have been out there for a long time, and looking through a new lens, these seem to be more fact than lie.
Yeah.
Right. So, what I want to discuss is why is America their number one supporter? Why is America?
I can tell you why.
The one that is only not vote. We're using a veto right now for the UN Security Council to negate a ceasefire, right? Like, why would the U.S. not want peace at this point?
Because we make money off
Because you
of
know
war.
why.
I mean, I know why.
You know exactly why.
Yeah, the
I'm
US
putting the question out there. Like,
The United States loves wars.
so what compels a U.S. politician to be so pro-Israel?
Well, first
right?
of all,
Because that's where it starts,
let's
is
go
from the
into the
legislation.
stem of this. First of all, a bunch of media is controlled by
Zionists.
We'll
use that term.
We'll say Zionists because it's not all. It's not.
It's not. I don't have
Jewish
any
people.
hate in my heart. I wasn't raised to hate anybody.
Yeah.
My father, like I said, was a Syrian man who was born in Damascus, and he's seen the atrocities that have happened over there. And he had his own judgments. He didn't raise me to hate anybody, though. He had his own opinion on Israel, and he never raised me to be any kind of hateful person.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm discovering most of this for the very first time. I mean, even though, like I said last time I was on the pod, that I've been going to Palestinian protests since I was just 7 years old. I think I went to my first one. But this is all new stuff that I'm learning.
You're resurfacing that.
He didn't even explain why we were there. We just
But I mean,
on a Palestinian shirt, and I was
at
out
the end of the day, it is something that you were born into.
Right. So I was aware of the conflict.
Even though you didn't know about it, as much as you do now.
I've been aware of the conflict
You've been around
for a very
it.
long time, and
Yeah.
I've been around it. But I wasn't raised to hate anybody.
Yeah.
I don't hate anybody because of their religion, for their race, or anything like that.
Yeah.
It is the behavior. It is the behavior and the deception.
Yeah.
That is the problem, right? And
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's get to the root of the problem, because the root of the problem is all these narratives are getting pushed by these big media companies that are controlled by Zionists, most likely.
Well, not just that. It's the corporations that are making money off of this. They're not gonna want you to.
No, Isaac, hold on. Look, that's a whole different issue.
Well, no,
that's a whole different issue, because right now is the narratives. Yes, there is corporations that are profiting off of this.
So they want the narrative to be that.
But who's controlling the narrative? That's the point. Right now, the narrative is being controlled by Zionists. Let's not get that fucked up.
No, Zionists and corporations, because they want that money. They want that war. They want the conflicts. How much what percentage of the Israeli money for military? How much of it we supply to them? You know what percentage?
Or of our money?
No, of their money that they have for weapons. We give them 12%.
Yeah.
Of their total money that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, so we also do that to Saudi Arabia.
But still, that's what I'm saying. Like
how much like the majority of Saudi Arabia's weapons are funded.
No, we
by
don't
us.
sell them. We give them 12%.
No, we give them weapons too.
But yeah, that's
so we give them money, and then in turn they buy American weapons with that money.
Yes.
And the military-industrial complex
Profits,
profits, and
then
it's
we
a
get
rinse
cheaper
and
oil.
repeat cycle. The politicians, they have lobbyists that are funded by Raytheon and Lockheed Martin, stuff like that. They're profiteering off of these wars.
No, they are for sure.
And another problem is the AIPAC lobbyists. So AIPAC is the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee.
Oh, the one that's they're passing a law to make it illegal for companies to boycott Israel.
There's some states that already have laws that you can't boycott Israel. There's like in Louisiana when Katrina happened and everybody was trying to get FEMA aid, you couldn't get FEMA aid unless you signed a paper that said that you would not boycott Israel.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it literally you have to sign it to get federal aid.
Also, Joe Biden literally is a warmonger because
back
in 2000, what was it, 2007 or 8 or whatever, whenever we were going to go to war in Iraq, he voted 100%. Actually, he voted against a diplomatic approach and voted for the just blow them the fuck up approach.
All right.
So you know who one of his biggest donors is?
Of course, he's supporting Israel. Like he even went in and said that the bombing in the hospital was the Palestinians. Or was Hamas? It was Hamas, not Palestinians.
You can go online and you can see
the donors.
So you can see who's lobbying and who's paying for these people's campaigns.
Marco said Biden gave Iran $6 billion. $6 billion. That Hamas probably got some of that too.
Yeah, they're funding both sides.
It's possible, yeah, definitely.
I don't disagree with that at all.
I mean, it's not just that. I mean,
at this point though, I'm conflicted on who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. Who's the good guys? Who's the bad guys?
Well,
is the U.S. the good guys? I don't know anymore.
No,
I don't know. I used to think so.
U.S. hasn't been the good guys since World War II.
I used to think that we were the righteous ones and we were the ones who were
we
looking
were
out for the world. But at this point, with
we're a police state.
Undivided support for Israel, who's just committing crime after crime, breaking international law after international law. It's
cutting water off, cutting lights.
It's complicit. We're complicit to say the very least.
Yeah.
And
so hold on. So let me say this: would it be better for Israel to go in and put boots on the ground in
absolutely
Gaza? Instead of bombing people, why not go put boots in the ground and go kill Hamas instead of killing innocent civilians?
Because you can't kill an idea, unfortunately.
No, but again, you're killing. You're trying to kill the people.
They're cowards. They're cowards.
You're trying to kill the people that hurt you, right?
Yeah.
The Palestinian people didn't hurt you.
Yeah,
an organization hurt you.
Yes, but they're doing the collective. What is it? Collective
punishment.
Collective punishment. They're like hand over Hamas, and
who the fuck? How are people that don't have power, you're gonna hand over people with all the power.
That's the reasoning.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Israel really wants to end this war and end it properly, they will put boots on the ground and go for Hamas directly instead of bombing, because bombing is only going to kill more innocent civilians than anything. But at the end of the day, that also comes with Israel possibly taking over Gaza.
Hey, look. But
and expanding their borders.
I'm gonna throw this out there. Conspiracy.
Either way, it's gonna happen.
No. Conspiracy. Conspiracy. They could do that, but by doing this, the bombing, this is a conspiracy. They can take over that land after they get done with them.
Either way, they're gonna have to take over.
Am I right? Like they can take over the settlements and start settling people.
No, what I'm not talking about. At the end of the day, they're gonna have to take over the land. It's gonna have to be taken over either by bombing or by boots on the ground.
No, but I mean,
hold on. But the most civilized way to do it is putting boots on the ground and risking your own people's lives to get that done.
But is it the right way?
That is the right way to do it.
No, I mean the right thing to do for Israel to take out. What is it? Yes, to take out Hamas is the right thing to do, but putting boots on the ground, creating more hate. You're creating more hate. Like
they're already hated. The point is not killing the innocent civilians. That's the point.
Yeah.
The point is not killing the people that don't deserve to be killed.
Why not try to talk it over? That's also.
I think we're past that point
because talking it over doesn't get you oil.
No one's talking about oil right now. We're talking about different stuff right now.
Israel's a strategic ally in the Middle East because they're the only, quote, Judeo-Christian one over there, and there's also oil in the Middle East. It's always about oil. It's always about
Saudi
oil.
Arabia has
and
all
ethnic
the oil
cleansing. So Zionism and oil.
Okay. Anyways.
No, she brings up a good point.
No, but I understand the oil part.
Hold on,
part of it.
The oil part brings up a very good point. There's a area in occupied Syria that's called the Golan Heights.
Yeah,
the Golan Heights
is occupied by the United States.
Has been occupied by Israel since the 6 Day War. Now they found a lot of oil in the Golan Heights.
This way a little bit.
They found a lot of oil in the Golan Heights, and after they found that oil, they let an American company called Genie Energy to extract that oil, and it was done. It was given permission from the Israeli government, and what they did was they brought in Dick Cheney, they brought in
good old Dick Cheney,
Rupert Murdoch. And they brought in Jacob Rothschild to set up an advisory board that was getting funds from the oil that's been extracted. It's a publicly traded company, and this is all facts. There is Rupert Murdoch, who is
the guy that owns Fox.
Who is directly benefiting from the Israeli occupation. He's directly benefiting. If you think that guy is telling you the truth about what's happening, you're full of shit. Because you are being manipulated, right? If you're getting money directly from the Israeli government for the rights to drill in occupied Syria, it is complicit. There's no other way to look at it. You're directly benefiting. How are you going to put a honest narrative out?
Yeah, you can't put an honest narrative when it comes to that. And all these companies benefit from that. All these stations benefit from that.
Yeah, if you look
CNN, all these stations benefit from that because they're controlled by them.
There's a Zionist group that controls a lot of the media, and they have a
Hollywood.
They have a government entity in Israel called the Hasbara. It is the Israeli propaganda machine. You know, they have foreign interests. They have foreign interests that will go over there and they will spread their propaganda in one way or another. They do it in multiple ways, but they have tons of ways to try to influence people. Yeah. The media is one of them.
Well, I mean, the media, that's the thing. What controls the narrative? The media. This is that's why so many people support Israel.
There's other ways too. I saw a documentary where they had Israeli embassy members who were in foreign countries that were creating these groups to spread their narrative.
Yeah.
They were given funding from Israel to the foreign embassies to create groups in that region that are pro-Israeli Zionists that continue their narrative.
I think they just got kicked out of Chile by the socialist Democrat there. The ambassador of Israel got kicked out. They said goodbye.
The information's out there.
Also in Turkey.
Yeah, they're like, dude, you're in the wrong. No way
I
this.
think Turkey people just stormed the embassy in Turkey, the Israeli embassy in Turkey.
Well, it was just yesterday that the U.S. actually sent out an alert to all its citizens saying that it's not safe to travel anywhere around the world because of this conflict.
I saw that.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I mean, it's getting crazy right now, dude. It's that's a scary part about this whole thing is that
why does all this shit happen during our generation? I'm tired of it. We had the COVID. We had all this shit.
They're extracting everything they can out of this country before it self-destructs. Is my opinion. I don't think they have any. I think the empire is on its way down, and I think that they're getting what they can out of it before it self-destructs.
Wait, self-destructs who?
The United States.
The United States.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
But what are they getting out of us? Like, what are they getting out of us?
Money, control.
What money? The money. Okay, money. First of all, it's not real. Let's put that out there.
Power.
I mean,
hold on, but the power is the United States.
No, the power to control, to influence
that is the United States. When it comes to power, United States has the power. The thing is,
the United States. Have you noticed who is our politicians? Who are our cabinet members?
They're all old.
They're all old Jewish people.
Yeah.
That they just. I mean, it could be a coincidence, right?
Let's not say all.
They're not all.
But
they are old.
In the high positions, our Secretary of State, our Secretary of Defense, our Secretary. These secretaries. I mean, I saw a list of them, and majority. And I'm not saying all, but there's a lot of Zionists in our own government that support Israel 100%, no matter what they do. They're getting funding from a foreign entity, which is absurd. You can't have a foreign entity that is funding you, and for you to make decisions on our government that are directly benefiting another country. It's un-American.
Dude, well, you saw the Democrat that he literally just got indicted, and they're trying to get him to resign because he was taking literally gold bars from Egypt to give them military money and weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like that. Why are we not doing that to everybody? Like everybody that's making decisions on policy.
The narrative.
Policy
there was one of our people that just resigned also, who was in charge of who gets defense funding.
That's him. That's a Democrat.
That was the one that just resigned?
They're trying to get him to resign.
No, one of them just resigned. There was the guy that just resigned who was in charge of the defense budget.
Yeah, that's him.
And
I'm pretty sure that's him.
He gets to decide.
His wife got a Mercedes Benz.
And Marco said, "War pigs are hungry."
Hell yeah, man.
They are.
It's a way for us to launder money, basically.
Yeah,
it is, dude.
It's just laundering money. We give them the aid, and then they come right back and buy American weaponry, and then
And then those lobbyists pay the Senate.
And those same lobbyists get more money,
and they pay for that. Yeah, it's
a rinse repeat situation, and that's why nothing changes, because nobody gets into politics to be a good guy. They get into politics because they can enrich themselves. And they can get an enormous amount of power.
I think the power corrupts.
Absolutely.
And that's because we let it be like that. We don't have term limits on these people. We don't have term limits. We should have fucking term limits. We should have age restriction. Like once you get to 65, you're done. You can't run for any office. You're old.
Yeah, once you're retirement age, you can't fucking.
Yeah, you're done. We don't have any of this. We need these laws. We need.
But hold on. The age is gonna come. It's not right now. Like, of course, these people have to die off.
Well, not if they make laws to make it harder for us to do that. Later on, when they die off.
But they have to die off. They're not gonna live forever, Isaac.
Bro, AI. I was like,
what the fuck? They're gonna go to an AI body and be a politician still? No, it's not gonna happen.
You never know.
These people will die off eventually. But we're gonna be stuck with all the
All the consequences.
bullshit that they left us with. All the debt.
It's the campaign funding that's the hard part, because anybody who gets to a certain point in politics, you really can't go more without the funding. And I looked at Steve Scalise, who was, not that long ago, he was the runner for the House Speaker, right? Mm-hmm. He was the projected winner, and then he dropped out. So I looked at Steve Scalise because, like I said, you can find all this information about their donor and their campaign funds online. His number one lobbyist group that was funding was the AIPAC.
Damn.
It was the AIPAC. And you could look at all of the politicians, and a lot of them. He got $70,000 in 1 year.
Hold on, but Donald Trump
They have a budget of $69 million to fund.
Donald Trump didn't though.
What do you mean? Yeah, he did.
What are you talking about, bro?
Let's look at his
donor list is big, bro.
Let's look at his donor list. He put some of his money.
He did.
What do you think is in it for him to move the United States Embassy to Israel?
That was him.
What is?
I don't know. I didn't even know that.
He's a very selfish person. He's not doing anything just out of the kindness of his heart, bro.
No, he's not out. He's not here for the American people. No, I don't think we had a
enrich
president.
himself.
Donors.
Like Jim Jordan, that's his guy. That's his guy that he wants in office. And literally, this entire time, they've been trying to have a private meeting on electing a new Speaker of the House because it's all anonymous. Once they brought it to the House, guess what happened? Jim Jordan's people went after the peoples that said no. They started texting the wives. They started calling the wives and telling them, your husband's a coward. He's never going to get another office, another position in the House.
Okay, so it's Las Vegas Sands as well. I'm pretty sure it's casinos.
Yeah.
Alderson Clinic. Okay, America First, Walt Disney, Laura and Isaac. Okay, Energy Transfer, Marcus Foundations.
Go to super PACs. That's where you want to look at. What super PACs are.
But these are all the donors.
No. The super PACs are a different
No super
list.
PACs funded him.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
It's an American First is a super PAC.
Where?
American First is a super PAC.
Is it?
Yes.
Which was super PAC? The Republican super PAC?
No, that's actually what it's called. American First is called.
Is it a Republican super PAC?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which other people put money into that so that they don't know where it's coming from. That's the way they do it. The super PACs are the invisible money that we don't know where it's coming from. It's the dark money. That's what they call it.
Let's see.
Right. I think each person can only donate up to like $3,000. Each person can. It's a way to disguise their money. My point is every politician is in their pockets, and Donald Trump included.
Yes,
he's included.
But the crazy thing is, like, the only thing that's crazy about Donald Trump is like even all these the Secret Service, or not the Secret Service, the FBI, the CIA, they all hated him. That's not
See?
like
it's a super PAC.
Okay, it's a super PAC.
I was like, I already knew that. Yeah, they can.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the thing about a super PAC.
Yeah.
A super PAC.
How many super PACs are in the Republican Party?
Oh, there's super PACs everywhere.
Oh man,
there's labor super PACs. There's
biggest super PACs in the Republican Party.
Super PACs were created after.
But how big are they though? Like, is that a small super PAC or a big super PAC?
Doesn't matter though. Like, who cares? He's getting crazy amounts of money from.
Oh yeah, he is
for enriching himself.
Look. Hey, American Israel.
No, that's not.
That's a super PAC.
That's
a super PAC. All those are super PACs right there.
I'm trying to see the top ones though. Then look, they split evenly pretty much.
Oh yeah, because they want both sides. They don't.
Yeah, they don't care about colors.
They don't care about. They don't.
This one right here, National Auto Dealers gives all the money to Republicans.
That's the one about the third party that they wanted.
Yeah.
They don't want to get rid of the third party. But that's what I'm saying. You telling me that the money that they give does not sway the decisions that Congress makes?
I'm not saying that. Of course they do.
And that's all of them. There's very few that
Home Depot.
Yes.
The fuck? But okay, so you were saying that Donald Trump did what?
I don't know what. This isn't about Donald Trump.
No, I know
Donald
that.
Trump.
I know.
I'm talking about just the conspiracy of them having so much control over our government.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of control that because they're in the government.
Right, and all I'm saying is that these lobbyist groups should not be allowed. There is laws against this, and you're not supposed to be able to get foreign aid from another country to create
policies
for those countries.
And
but it's happening.
They're able to go around that loophole by saying it's the American Israeli public what did I say? Public affairs committee, right? Yeah. So they're using these loopholes to, like I said, get their
give Israel funding,
get their funding out there, and to have pro-Israeli policies,
and to control the narrative
of Israel.
That's why, like, when you see these charades that they're doing on in the House, it's like you see them attacking what's her name, that Palestinian woman who's now in the House of Representatives, Tlaib.
Oh, the one that's with the.
She had the Palestinian flag.
Yeah, but she was what was that other politician? The girl from Jersey.
Oh, you talking about Ortiz? Or no?
What was her fucking name?
AOC.
She's also joined with AOC in them.
No, there's another one. She's like from Ethiopia or something.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Another Muslim country, but she's not Palestinian. There's actually a Palestinian that just recently came in.
Palestinian congresswoman.
And they're literally attacking her just for having the Palestinian flag by her office because she's Palestinian.
Well, people in government are attacking her.
Literally, there was that one guy who lied about being Jewish. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, talking about fucking.
He's like, I'm Jewish. I didn't say I was Jewish. I said I'm Jewy.
The guy that was also dressed as a trans.
Yeah, him. Did you see that video of him
Tlaib
running down the hallway, screaming, "There's terrorist sympathizers in here, and I will not be over here, and I will not talk."
Oh, he's the one that said that if they voted him out, that he will bring out all the dirty laundry.
No, he's not a
no,
tranny,
it's Steve, what's his name? George Santos.
Yeah.
So the one who lied and said he was Jewish, but his family's literally from Brazil.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, but he's a big psychopath.
But he's not the only one. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people
That's literally what he said.
Them for just having a view that is not pro-Israel.
Pro-Israel, yeah.
They're being attacked, literally. And it's disgusting because there can only be one narrative, apparently. You know, they're trying to control.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing about the media nowadays. Before we can have a debate about it, you know. And, I mean, even before, there was still one-sided, but now it's more like
if you're not with us, you're against us.
Yeah, and whenever these companies control the narrative, then they control what people watch, and those people usually
do you know
side
what
with that
Project
side.
Mockingbird is?
No.
It is a conspiracy. It is a CIA funded policy that allows them to propagate the media, the American media.
Yeah.
It allows them to do that.
It's subliminal messages, right? Is that
Subliminal?
Not subliminal. Look up Project Mockingbird real quick.
Look it up on TikTok. It should give us a good. TikTok is the one that's diluted at the moment.
Like I said, it's the entire media being used to manipulate us. Now, like I said, the Hezbollah is the Israeli propaganda machine, and they're very complicit. These two groups, the U.S. and the Israelis, they share a lot of technology. You know, they have this technology to learn all about us and our sentiment, and use this stuff to manipulate us.
Kennedy.
During the church committee hearings, we learned that the CIA had a program called Operation Mockingbird, where they had at least 400 members, leading members of the United States Press Corps, and the New York Times, the Washington Post, ABC, CBS, NBC, etc., who were secretly working for the agency and steering news coverage to support CIA priorities. And they agreed at that time to disband Operation Mockingbird in '73. But there's indications they didn't do that, and the CIA today is the biggest funder of journalism around the world. The biggest funder is through USAID. The USA, the United States funds journalism in almost every country in the world.
Which is another
It
super
owns
PAC.
newspapers. It has journalists on it, thousands and thousands of journalists on its payroll. They're not supposed to be doing that in the United States, but you know, in 2016, President Obama changed the law to make it legal now for the CIA to propagandize Americans. And I think, you know, we can't look at
Thanks,
the
Obama.
Ukraine war and how that was, you know, has been,
Thanks,
how
your
the
people.
narrative has been formed in the minds of Americans, and say that the CIA had nothing to do with that.
Dude, you can find a lot of stuff about what the CIA did. It's called there's a podcast. It's called ABC. Damn it, Alphabet Boys. Alphabet Boys. Look them up, dude.
I'll look them up.
Dude.
I like that kind of stuff. It all intrigues me. You know, all these declassified things.
They talk about all that shit.
It just reveals more.
They declassify everything but the Kennedy assassination.
You know,
America's not ready for the magic bullet.
I know, but either way, no. But see, but that's also crazy how this motherfucker talks about it, but no other politician talks about it.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
That's
That's
out
why I like
there,
Kennedy, bro.
But a lot of people they don't want to blackball themselves.
Yeah.
By putting that kind
Well,
of
putting their
information
neck out,
there.
well,
Yeah.
especially putting their neck
That's why
out. Guess what? You're defunded.
That's why
everything
these
happens.
Palestinian supporters don't even want to
say they're supporters
publicly say that they're supporting Palestine because people will attack them. They'll lose
Literally.
sponsorships. They'll lose their platform. They'll lose
It's 'cause the
a
crazy
lot
thing-
of things,
it's 'cause
and they'll even be attacked by the Israeli Twitter account.
And then they'll considered
publicly shame them.
No, they'll be considered anti-Semitism.
They'll be considered anti-Semitic.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is like they also put people in the same boat. The people that support Palestine with Hamas.
Right.
So they're saying like, oh, if you support Palestine, that means you support Hamas, and that's where I think also the narrative is being turned the wrong way, because only because you support Palestine not being killed, Palestinians not being killed, doesn't mean you support Hamas.
Brown people are terrorists, right? That's
that's been the narrative since 2001.
Dude, that's always been a joke, a running joke. Is like I'm not in the right side of the spectrum to be saying anything wrong.
I haven't heard anybody say that they're Israeli terrorists. I haven't heard that narrative been put out. It's the brown people that are the terrorizers, and it is the Israelis that are the ones trying to
be peaceful,
to be the good guys. It's shameful the way that they spin it to make it look like they're not actually terrorizing those Palestinians in there.
Yeah.
Like the videos that I've seen have been horrific, and every day I think I see the worst video that I've ever seen. The next day I see something even worse. You know, it's insane that nobody says that they're terrorists. You know.
Yeah.
I sent another.
But
list.
let's also make this clear: it's not all Israelis.
No, there's people
Here,
that
pull up one of my videos that I sent you, the Dr. Gabon one. He's a Holocaust survivor, and
no.
What he said on his
minimize that.
On
It's
his
on
interview
Google. It's
was
on
very
Google.
good. Yeah, on the email that I
It's
sent.
one of those tabs.
Yeah, it's called Dr. Gabon.
Not that.
No.
The tabs.
Up. The Reddit tab.
The Reddit tabs. Yeah.
Next one.
It says Dr. Gabon. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, that one. So he's a Jew, and I respect his.
He's Jewish.
I'm just gonna say that I respect his opinion here.
All right, go ahead
so
and play
let's
it.
just play it before I say something.
He's a Jew.
He's a Jew, but I'm still okay with him. I accept it.
It's like it's my one friend. He's black.
Holocaust survivor as an infant.
I seen him.
I barely survived. My grandparents were killed in Auschwitz, and most of my extended family was killed. I became a Zionist. This dream of the Jewish people resurrected in their historical homeland, and the barbed wire of Auschwitz being replaced by the boundaries of a Jewish state with a powerful army. And then I found out that it wasn't exactly like that. That in order to make this Jewish dream a reality, we had to visit a nightmare on the local population. And there's no way you could have ever created a Jewish state without oppressing and expelling the local population. Jewish Israeli historians have shown without a doubt that the expulsion of the Palestinians was persistent, it was pervasive, it was cruel, it was murderous, and with deliberate attempt. So that's what's called the Nakba in Arabic, the disaster or the catastrophe. There's a law that you cannot deny the Holocaust. But in Israel, you're not allowed to mention the Nakba, even though it was at the very basis of the foundation of the state. I visited the occupied territories, Russell, during the first Intifada. I cried every day for 2 weeks at what I saw. The brutality of the occupation, the petty harassment, the murderousness of it, or cutting down of Palestinian olive groves, the denial of water rights, the humiliations. And this went on, and it's much worse now than it was then. It's the longest ethnic cleansing operation in the 20th and 21st centuries. I could land in Tel Aviv tomorrow and demand citizenship under the law of the right of return. But my Palestinian friend in Vancouver, Hana Kawas, who was born in Jerusalem, can't even visit. Now, if I have the right of return after 2,000 years, how come Hana hasn't got the right to return after 70 years? So then you have these miserable people packed into this horrible, people call it the world's largest outdoor prison, which is what it is. You don't have to support Hamas policies to stand up for Palestinian rights. That's a complete falsity. If you take the worst thing you can say about Hamas, multiplied by 1,000 times, and it still will not meet the Israeli repression and killing and dispossession of Palestinians. Anybody who criticizes Israel is an anti-Semite is simply an egregious attempt to intimidate good non-Jews who are willing to stand up for what is true. If you look at the Western press, when Hong Kong demonstrators throw stones at the police in Hong Kong, that's considered to be heroism. When in Myanmar, the demonstrators throw slingshots at the army, at the oppressive army, they're considered to be heroes in the Western press. When Palestinian kids throw stones at the Israeli soldiers, they're called terrorists. And Israel gets away with a lot more without much less criticism in the Western press than any other country. He runs a program for Palestinian children who spend time in Israeli jails. 14, 15, 16-year-olds are jailed for months or years. Sometimes they can't see their families for months. She says, we don't have post-traumatic stress disorder here because the trauma is never post. The trauma is daily, she said.
Shit.
If he's got any ounce of humanity left, he would cry like I did for 2 weeks when I was there. Anybody can go on YouTube and listen to Ilan Pappé, an Israeli historian. Anybody can listen to Norman Finkelstein, a Jewish professor, world expert on Gaza, who was denied tenure at his university because of his public speaking against Israeli policy. You can listen to any number of Israeli Defense Forces soldiers who talk about the brutality that they now regret having committed. You can listen to Israeli pilots who talk about why they refuse to fly over Gaza because of the atrocities they're made to commit. You can get all the information you want. So if anybody these days doesn't know, it's not because the information is not available. And none of that excuses not knowing truth and this deliberate attempt to silence anybody who speaks, Jewish or non-Jewish. And I really wish that non-Jews of goodwill would stand up against the calumny and not be intimidated by this charge of anti-Semitism. I really wish that. It's not a question of being pro-Palestinian. It's a question of are you in favor of justice and liberty and freedom and truth, or are you not?
Damn.
Yep. That's pretty much a lot of shit that we just fucking said right now. You know, just
he's a Jew saying it.
He wrote a book.
I've seen him before. I've seen him before.
Yeah, and if you can call him a anti-Semite for
you can call a Jewish person an anti-Semite. How does that work?
That's what they said.
I mean, there's another video that I just saw about the journalist. Did you see that video of the journalist who empathized with the Palestinian people and they attacked him and he had to go into hiding in Israel? It's so fascist over there that you can't speak out against what the Israeli government is doing.
Yeah.
They'll attack you and they'll shame you and they'll put you into public hiding.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
It just shows how much fucking power they have.
And they hide behind the U.S. government.
Yeah.
The U.S. government protects them at all costs.
Yeah,
it
and that's
doesn't.
crazy.
They can do no wrong.
That money.
Because they have an interest in keeping Israeli.
Well, the United States
there.
also has an interest, yeah, of course, of having access to that territory. Because
The
it is one of the most important territories in the world.
Right. The Suez Canal passes right through there. It's
Yeah.
an important territory because it's the central point between Africa, Europe, and Asia. It's a very important area to control,
Yeah.
especially if you want to have a control over an area with very rich resources.
Exactly.
And control over an area that is, at this point, radicalized because of the destabilization from the Western world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I mean that's really the reason why the United States is back in that region. And that's why we went in that region. That's why we control most of that region right now. It's because of the resources, because the money, because of the power it gives the United States government.
Access to all that.
It's just also you were close to our fucking enemies in that region also.
Yeah, it's a very strategic location.
It's a very strategic location. So, I mean, I understand why the United States, but again, it's not the Palestinians people's fault for what's happening. You know, it's Hamas. Hamas is the reason. Yes, they're a radical group in Palestine, but innocent people shouldn't be dying. That's the biggest point that I'm trying to put in this, is that the Palestinian people are not at fault for this.
And they're the ones being sacrificed.
Well, if you watch the Israeli media, they'll say that that they deserve it. They deserve it because they've provoked them. So
might as well be on the fucking podcast if you're gonna not talk so fucking much.
Also, it's kind of ironic that the U.S. is like, yeah, don't worry, Israel, we're with you for all this shit.
Yeah.
But literally, when there was a threat in the, out there in like whatever the fuck, I don't know, Iraq or whatever, when they were like trying to kill ISIS or
make it
what's
quick
his
because
name?
people can't see you.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyways, the point is that they went in straight up just with a few snipers and were like, we got this shit, and like wiped them out. Very few citizens were dead. But the fact that they're backing them up when they're over here like killing civilians is crazy.
That's the biggest issue.
Well, actually,
that shows that there's an ulterior motive right there. Because why aren't they just telling them, hey, we're going to do the ceasefire so that we can get some humanitarian aid in there, but you need to go in there and snipe, that terrorist group out. All of a sudden, we can't snipe terrorist groups out? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, during the Afghan war, the U.S. did have a lot of drones that hit a lot of kids and civilians, and those videos are out there.
Over 1 million Iraqis dead.
Yes.
Over 1 million Iraqis and Afghanistanians.
Yes, so they did do that. So it's kind of like,
And that's why I always say, like, it's not the Democrats or Republicans, because
it's the military complex.
It is, because Obama dropped the most bombs out of every president.
Yep.
And that's why I'm like, when it comes to this type of situation, it doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. They're both gonna fucking support this shit. And
that's all we need to stop fucking
unless
man.
fucking people, but the thing is, I always thought elections are rigged, always. Before all this Trump shit, before anything, right?
Rigged in what way?
There's people that are high powered that control that shit.
No, but I mean rigged in what way? As far as
it's rigged in every way. As far as the people getting who gets the money, who gets the publicity, and who gets the people's votes. Even when it comes to voting, shit.
Okay, I think you mean rigged as far as like
everything.
Even if I vote this person in, they're not gonna pass stuff to, help
rigged
me out.
Like Bernie Sanders got rigged because
Oh, the super PACs.
No, just because they.
No, he did get. That was it. That was it.
The super PAC didn't
vote for him.
Not even the Democratic caucus didn't fucking supported him, so they went Joe Biden's way. Then the last election, whenever the primaries, they literally the Democratic caucus was supporting Biden.
Oh yeah, okay. So rigged in that way. So that's what I'm saying. We need to get rid of the people. We need to get rid of the people that have been there too long.
I even think elections are rigged. I think there's been people that are able to hack fucking voting machines. And I'm not saying look, I'm not supporting Trump or nothing. I'm saying like what do you think like people that can control the fucking world, what do you think they can control fucking elections? Like let's be honest here.
I think you're going down a slippery slope here. So.
Kill all the rich people.
Hold on, so
kill all the old people. Just kill them. I mean, unalive them.
Okay, so me, I still have faith in the democracy.
I don't have faith in this democracy because it's already too deep in the system. It's already too deep.
What makes you think that that's not their idea that they're putting in you so that you don't decide to vote?
What idea?
That is too late.
It's fucking facts.
No.
It's right in front of our faces, bro.
No, what I'm saying is like you're actually listening to them. Do you think that there's no chance of it being changed because they installed this idea into you? Where I believe we can still change it.
Isaac, you're the one that said that we should. What exactly what she said that we should fucking overthrow the government.
I don't think we should overthrow the government.
You said that before, and prior podcasts you have said
yes.
And I'm the one that told you that no, that's not the way to do it. It is the way to do it is to.
I think we have to start out small. I go back to that.
That's what I told you before. But
start
again,
in the
but
States.
that doesn't change the fact that elections can be altered. Fucking policies can be altered like they are now.
You know those voting machines aren't connected to the internet. You know that, right?
That what?
The voting machines are not connected to the internet.
Bro, there's people who've been.
Do you know that, right?
That's besides the point.
No. But I want to make.
Besides the point. That's not my main point. My main point is that all this shit can be bought. All this shit can be altered by higher powers. That's what I'm saying. Everything.
What higher powers?
I think, in my opinion, I think
the higher powers that control the fucking world right now.
And they care about the U.S.
Yes, they care about who's the fucking most powerful, who's in the seat, the highest seat in the most powerful country in the world. Yes, they do care about that.
Okay.
Why wouldn't they?
I think that
in my opinion, I don't think that they would work so hard to propagate the media, to lobby these groups for these favors, to try to influence so much. I don't think that they would go through all that if they could just buy the election.
Yeah.
I don't think that
but
they would go through all that to do it. I mean, that's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Hold on, but even all that, even controlling the media, that's still rigging an election.
It's interference for sure.
Yeah, it's rigging. It's still rigging.
It's interference. It's not rigging.
It's still rigging, Isaac, because if you interfere, you're rigging the election.
No, because at the end of the day, you still have a chance to vote.
No, it doesn't work that way because once you convince people a certain narrative, just like Israel, then you're going to convince them. Then that's rigging them. That's
no, but that's your choice. You're
altering their choices.
No, because at the end you have to do your own research.
Right.
Yeah, but you
still have that freedom.
Okay. If that was the fucking case, then most people will fucking back Palestine, bro.
Because most people are stupid.
Exactly, most people are stupid, and they're
people
not going to
follow the narrative that's on the TV.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So the majority, though, I'm just saying the majority.
The majority is the people that are voting.
There's people, like I said, that formulate their own.
But again, that's rigging. Still, that's still a source of rigging.
It's a form of influencing.
Like I said, it's
still
a form of
manipulation.
It's still a form of rigging.
At the end of the day, it's a choice for you to make, and I don't think that choice is. It's there. Yes, they can give you all the information. At the end of the day, it's your choice to decide on whether it's true or not.
Isaac, but you're thinking like everybody thinks like us that. Oh,
I don't think everybody. I know
the research. No, most people are not going to do the fucking research. Most people are going to get manipulated by the mainstream media.
I think we're all agreeing on that.
Yeah, we're all agreeing.
That's what I'm saying, though. But that's a form of rigging because the majority of the people are going off that.
It's just semantics. Then we're just arguing about semantics.
Yeah, but semantics. I mean that's my point. That's my point.
I get you. But like I said, it's in my opinion there needs to be systematic changes for the big things to change. You know, if we want to change the big things, then we have to look at the little things. And having a foreign entity having control over our politicians is unacceptable, and we see what it leads to. Having
we talked about it.
Having the military industrial complex getting these kinds of lobbyists to also warmonger as well is also a conflict of interest. They shouldn't be allowed to buy Raytheon and
yeah, that
Lockheed
is
Martin.
true. Yeah,
they shouldn't be allowed because it's a conflict of interest. We're looking at this through a scope of we believe that that everybody's freely elected, and we have a policy that lets us elect people, but those people that are being elected are being influenced and they're being bought.
We need to change that.
And so it's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
It just has to stop before there's so much corruption, because there's so much corruption.
Isn't it like, to me, coincidences are sometimes crazy, right? Because once Donald Trump got elected, right? That's what most of the people.
Donald Trump? What do you want to talk about?
No, that's when most of the people got divided.
Because he made it okay to
hold
be
on,
racist.
hold on. Okay, no.
Can we say that?
No, he didn't make it okay. I would say.
Why do you want to talk about Donald Trump? What do you want to talk about Donald Trump?
I'm talking about the coincidences, right?
I think the nation was divided before that.
Yes.
But it just
I don't think it was divided like when Donald Trump came in.
It magnified it.
He
magnified it.
Way magnified.
He put gasoline on the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I
did.
believe that.
Okay,
100%.
so I'm talking about the coincidences, right? So now, so coincidences. Donald Trump got elected, right? Even Obama got elected. That's when it started. The fucking dividing.
Yes.
Okay? Donald Trump got elected. More division. Corona, more division. Ukraine, more division. Israel, more. All these are building. That's why I'm like, all this shit in some way, I think, in my opinion, was planned.
My God.
Like
Shut
we
up.
just said, the Project Mockingbird was CIA funded to create a narrative, and
that's what I'm saying.
It's
like
dividing,
and that's why I tell Isaac, like, I think all this shit is planned. Even Donald Trump being elected is planned because it causes division. It causes people to not focus on the real issues,
which is things that we can all agree on,
which is
healthcare,
which is the stuff that should be implemented in our country, but are not, because all this stuff is going around. Viruses, wars, all this shit's going around, but all this shit's been building since forever, bro. Since forever. And that's why I think there is a higher power at B that is controlling all this shit. It doesn't matter who's in fucking office, unless it's like.
But is it? I think it's because we're allowing it to. Like, we're not putting pressure on
Isaac. But you got to understand, all this shit is being allowed because they control the media. They control everything.
No,
all this shit's controlled.
Do you understand? If everybody knew,
Isaac, you're going off a utopia point of view where if everybody knew this, then yeah, of course everybody will fight against it. But most people are controlled.
But they choose to be controlled. That's what I'm saying.
Isaac, yeah, I know that, Isaac. Of course, they choose to be controlled.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. By talking about it and talking about the stuff that we do agree on, that we could start making a way for us to all vote that way. Like, okay, if this person says term limits and doesn't pass a law that says term limits, then we fucking kick them out.
I agree with that.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
We can all agree at this whenever we want, but guess what? Most people don't think that way, Isaac.
And that's because they like you said, and you are right. They let that division impact their vote more than the greater good, which is let's get rid of these people that are not fucking in the
best of our interests.
Yeah, invested in our interests.
Yes, I know that. But that's what I'm saying. There's a higher power in control of all this shit.
Yeah,
there is a higher power in control. I'm not talking about one person.
This is another theory.
There's
of
groups
mine.
of people.
There's another theory of mine that that they're using to control. You know, because if they can't control you from their funding, and they can't control you through their manipulation, I think another way that they're manipulating is, like I said, the Project Pegasus, where they are able to spy on you through your devices, which everybody has. They're able to listen to your microphone. They're able to look at your camera. No, this is Israeli software.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is a way for them to blackmail high-profile figures. They're able to. That's the Mossad's MO.
Yeah.
It is to manipulate by blackmail. And I think that if they can't get to you with the money, they'll get to you with the blackmail.
Yeah. The carrot or the stick.
Characteristics?
No, the carrot or the stick.
What is that?
That's what it's called. The carrot and the stick. Like, you know, when you have you're trying to get an animal to follow you. You try to use the carrot first.
Oh,
the
yeah,
carrot
yeah, I
and
get
the
you, I
carrot
get you.
or the stick. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally one way or another, you're gonna fall in line, you know. And I think
again, higher powers,
the New World Order, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, they're
crazy,
manipulating us.
I love conspiracy theories back then. I was deep in that shit. All it's just coming true.
I see it clearly now.
It's crazy,
and they're making it more obvious.
It is
because they don't care.
But that's why
they're saying the loud powers out loud now.
But that's also when it comes to subliminal messages. All these subliminal messages have been coming out since before. A lot of them. I've looked into all this shit back then when I was deep into this shit. This shit was in the works for a long time.
All right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is something that's been planned by people that want it to happen.
There's a prophecy that says once the temple falls, that will signal the end of the world.
And that's the United States.
And they're talking about the Dome of the Rock in Palestine.
No.
Jerusalem,
Yeah.
to be exact. They're talking about that. That's the temple.
Once Iran
there
gets
used to be a Jewish temple that used to sit on that land.
The Temple of Solomon, right?
I think that's what it was called.
Yeah.
And that one was destroyed. The Muslims, after they populated the area,
Is it David's temple?
they built the Dome of the Rock over there, and they said the next time it gets destroyed will signal the beginning of the end of the world. It'll be followed by plagues, incredible heat, natural disasters, and because of the age we live in, nuclear bombs. And the fact that this war is going on in Israel right now, I don't even like calling it a war. It's a massacre.
It's a massacre. Yeah. It's not even a war.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel and calling it fishing.
Yeah,
you can't call it a war. But what I see is there's going to be collateral damage to.
So let me ask you this: Do you think that Israel let this happen?
I think it was a false flag. Yeah, I think
just like Pearl Harbor.
I think because the Mossad agents, you saw that they tried to come up with that, or they put out there that recording of the two Hamas agents discussing that, right? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So
I heard about it.
If they're able to spy on those phone records,
and let's also
then how would they not know that they're
let's
planning
also put this
a
out
massive
there.
attack?
Let's also put this out there. Israel is one of the leading countries when it comes to spying.
Yeah.
When it comes to intelligence.
Exactly.
So to me,
that's where we get our technology from.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to that, there's no way you cannot tell me. There's no fucking way that you did not know Hamas was planning an attack.
Right.
There's no way.
I mean, this is also
your next door neighbor.
This is my conspiracy.
But you know what everybody else is doing. You know what China's doing. You know what Russia's doing. You know what fucking Iran is doing.
Well, there's not a lot of sophisticated planning that's going on with the Hamas. They're using
home built rockets,
home-built bombs and shit like that, and radios and shit. So I mean, you can't deny that there was something suspicious that happened on that day.
Yeah.
That it took them 6 hours for them to get the IDF forces to go in and expel the terrorists that were at that event.
And I was listening to this guy on Joe Rogan he was on there, and he was trying to say that all this was mounting on Israel because there were protests, there were it was a holiday, they were having some shit with Iran and Saudi Arabia, all this shit was mounting, They said that they were too distracted. I'm like, no, I don't think that's the case. I don't think there's no way that they were too distracted for them not to see this coming. And I mean, I heard some of his points, but at the end of the day, because he was going more neutral with both sides, and he's trying to make points for both sides. But
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to do that whenever there's so much evidence going against Israel, and that's where I disagree with him. But I don't know. It's just crazy to me that there's no way he could have fucking not known about that.
They interviewed some of the hostages as well, and a lot of the hostages, they basically said that they weren't treated inhumanely, that they weren't abused, and they weren't tortured or anything like that. Well, they interviewed one person, and they said that while she was at the concert or the rave or whatever it was. And they paraglided in, you know.
Yeah.
They said that once they took them hostage, they waited there and they were treated very humanely and all this. But they said that once the Israeli Defense Forces showed up, they started firing indiscriminately at everybody that was there. And they said that they saw the Israeli forces kill a bunch of civilians trying to shoot the terrorists. They saw that most of the people that they saw get killed were shot by Israeli forces on accident. Yeah. But it was shown as a complete massacre of the terrorists that came in.
Yeah.
That was the narrative.
And also
came in and massacred everybody.
the story about they were carrying this lady around the rave or whatever. They were carrying her body or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that
was
video.
A fucking.
I saw that video. I mean, they did do that.
They did do that?
They did do that.
Oh, damn. But another...
But they said that she was dead, and then she later showed up at the hospital. She had, like, some injuries for sure, but she wasn't dead.
Oh, she didn't die?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes it a little better, actually.
Well,
it's not good.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that.
I'm not gonna protect them. I'm not gonna.
Civilians dying is a good thing. It's obviously a horrible thing, but the way that they spun it was completely one-sided. You know, they made it sound like these animals came in and just butchered all these people. You know, it's like
the craziest part was that whenever they said that they decapitated fucking 40 babies.
40 babies, right?
That was a crazy one. Like.
And
just because one soldier said something,
and our president of the United States stood in front of the entire world and repeated that.
Yeah, and that makes a big
it makes
issue.
a huge impact. You know, I can't say that if I heard that I wouldn't be outraged.
Yeah,
I mean,
imagine
that's
people
an emotional reaction.
That people that don't research it, of course they're gonna fucking feel outraged.
Right.
I think later on they actually. They took it back and they're like, oh, we were wrong.
Yeah, they sent a little tweet though.
Still, but
they sent a little tweet after the damage had already been done.
Yeah, but once the damage is done, then it's done. Some people are not gonna fucking care. So okay, so it all comes down to this. What do you think is the fucking solution to this?
All right, so there's a law called the Leahy Law. It's called the Leahy Law, and it is a law that is an American law. It will not allow the U.S. government to fund countries that use defense funding to perpetrate human rights violations with impunity. And it's been enacted on lots of different countries, even Mexico. The Leahy Law has been enacted on Mexico as well. This is a law that would stop our government's funding of terrorist organizations, basically. And that needs to be enacted on Israel, and they also need to be sanctioned for what they've been doing. Because international law is supposed to be upheld by the entire world. And it's being indiscriminately used to...
Yeah, so they put sanctions on Russia, but they don't put sanctions on Israel.
On countries strategically.
Yeah.
And if you're the leading world power and you're supposed to be the police of the world, then you need to enact it appropriately. And just because we have an interest in Israel doesn't mean that they get a free pass to do whatever the fuck they want. You know, they need to be held accountable by the international community, and we shouldn't be allowed to just veto everything that the UN Security Council puts out. You know, we shouldn't be able to do that, and we need to use these laws responsibly. You know, they need to, like I said, they need to They need to have that law enacted on them. They need to be sanctioned and condemned by the world. It should not be that complicated, but that's where we are.
So that's what you think would be fixed, at least the tier Israel from.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have their
mass
US,
genocide on Palestine,
if they don't have the U.S. pit bull next to them, like scaring everybody from saying anything or doing anything, then they wouldn't. And
well, yeah, the only reason they're doing that is because the United States backs them.
Right, and we're complicit because of that.
Okay,
we have to take responsibility for it. If we're going to be in that position, then we have to do the right thing. That's where it starts.
That makes sense.
And then it needs to go back, like I said, to the international community to make a resolution. It can't just be Netanyahu making the rules. You know, it can't be just him making the rules because, unfortunately, I know my people, and I know that they're very proud people, and I know that they won't accept a complete disrespectful agreement. You know.
Yeah. And
so it's something that has to be resolved diplomatically.
Yeah.
By the world.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people going and backing Palestine right now. But until the United States does that,
we have to lead by example.
Yeah, that's that. Whenever that happens, I think that's whenever shit can get fixed. And hopefully, you know, there's not a fucking complete massacre of the Palestinian people, and that's what I hope for.
I mean, you would think that we would be enraged to the point that we would do something, but the fog of war is a great way to use their plausible deniability, because they can say that they didn't do it, and they have intelligence that says that terrorists did it, and they're able to point the fingers, and they're able to do this stuff with impunity because they can control the narrative, they can manipulate with the Hezbollah, they can use their resources, which they have many times more than the Palestinians. They can use that for their influence and their narrative. You know,
yeah.
So it's completely one-sided, and it's a problem.
No, and I mean I agree with that. When it comes to, it's not fair. it just is not. It is not fair, and
it's a power imbalance.
It's a fucking. Let's call it what it is. It is a terrorist.
It's a terrorist
fucking. Control terrorism.
What do you want to call it?
I don't know, bro. It's fucking terrorism, bro.
Yeah, it is terrorism, and it's okay to say that without being called an anti-Semite. You know, you can in this
anybody
country,
can be a terrorist.
In this country, we're allowed to speak out against what we believe in. You know, we shouldn't have to be silenced. We shouldn't have to be shamed. We shouldn't have to be, thrown in jail. There should be a platform that we can all agree on and we can all impose. You know, it shouldn't have to be so divided, because it just seems like.
And that's the thing that's wrong with the country right now. Everybody's really fucking divided when it comes to everything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's unfortunate.
That's the biggest issue, I think.
With the fragmentation of it makes it hard for any changes.
Exactly.
Because just the way it is it's so divided that we can't even come up with a resolution.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so divided and ulterior motives and this and that, you know.
Yeah.
We should let the people decide, honestly.
The people right now will decide for Israel, bro.
No. I mean the Israeli people themselves. Like, they should have like an anonymous vote. Like, all right, do we want to have a two-party state where it's Palestinians and Israel living together?
They have to form a coalition, actually, with the Knesset. It's their body of government, and they elect the prime minister. But it's a coalition. They have it's not a two-party system like it is in the United States.
It's not like here.
There's like several. You know, I think there's like 10.
It's like Canada.
And so they have to form a coalition to get power. And so they have to influence these other members to go behind them to form a governing body. And a lot of them don't agree with what Netanyahu is doing. But the problem is that they are, like I said, being shamed. They're being publicly humiliated. They're being attacked for not encouraging what Israel is doing. You know, it's either like get in line with what we're doing, or we're gonna make your life very difficult.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fucking crazy.
And it's the mob mentality. Once we get a few influential people in line and we get the world on our side, and they can do whatever they want.
They already have that.
But they can get away with it.
Okay, but hold on. Let's put this in. Let's get this right. They have the United States at their side. The world, I don't think so. I think most people in the world are with Palestine.
I mean,
and even a lot of people in the United States are with Palestine. I mean, there's been a bunch of protests
with the Palestinian people.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of protests around the United States that are pro-Palestine protests, like really massive ones.
And a lot of the problem is on the Arab community. You know, the Arab community, you would think, would be willing to help out. The problem is nobody wants to be sanctioned by the United States. It's a death sentence to their economy, which is already
because we buy everything.
They're deathly afraid of being sanctioned by the United States and being attacked by the United States. So nobody over there wants.
I mean,
to
Turkey's
do
already being attacked.
I mean, they
already got some other
stuff. I mean, we could talk about the Yemen and Saudi Arabia war. You know, it's a proxy war between Iran and the United States. The United States is funding Saudi Arabia, and Iran is funding Yemen. I mean, it's a proxy war that is starving millions of people in Yemen
and killing millions of people.
And it's secondhand knowledge.
Crazy.
Nobody even knows that that's happening right now. But
the media doesn't want you.
It's been happening for years.
Yeah, it's been going on for years. But there's really no end in sight because, you know, we're on Team Saudi because, like I said, the influence of the region and because of the resources and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, as a country, we don't hear that side of the narrative because all we want to know is like, is the dollar still being used to buy oil and sell oil? Like that's all we care about, you know. The dollar is being propped up because of oil money.
No, that's what is backed
They're buying and trading in oil.
Yeah, they're backed.
That's why we went to war with Iraq because Iraq wasn't buying and selling money with the dollar. They switched to the euro. Yeah, which was the biggest problem.
Yep. No, I know that. Yeah, I've researched that. But
so
yeah, shit's crazy, bro.
The entire Middle East is
it's in shambles.
Partially to blame, but how can you blame them? You know, nobody wants to feel the might of the United States, so they're afraid to do anything. You know, it's come to the point where like either we admit that we might not be the good guys in this
We're
story,
not the good guys,
or we could just blindly keep living our lives.
Nah.
You know,
something's gonna change eventually, but it's not gonna change in a good way, and I think that's what it's gonna come down to.
I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, with this whole situation, I only see this escalating because it doesn't seem like the U.S. is trying to de-escalate it.
No.
Like I said, with the UN Security Council that just vetoed a proposal to start a ceasefire. Yeah. Or to even give to bring in humanitarian aid. They even vetoed that too.
Yeah.
So it just seems like we're very on the wrong side of history right now, and I think people will look back and they'll, you know, if we
have history happens, after that, if we have a history,
and they'll see this. But numerous war crimes and horrible things are happening, and you know, the U.S. is letting it happen.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
If I mean, this is where I'm conflicted. All right, because let's say Iran does intervene, like they've threatened to. They've threatened to intervene in their interviewing, and an attack from Iran would
engage Russia into it.
Would set off these proxy wars all over the world.
Not proxy wars; they'll set off wars.
These proxy wars become larger wars. Like
United States will come
reaction.
in.
It's a chain reaction, and once And that's the problem. It's like, would Iran be the bad guy for trying to stop the bloodshed and
No, well, that's because the thing with Iran is that they're supplying Hamas. They're funding Hamas. So when it comes to Iran, yes, they are pushing also the narrative from the other side, which is Hamas.
Yeah, they have their ulterior motives.
So I mean,
also,
it's not. There's no good guys in this. The United States is bad. Iran is bad. Everybody's fucking bad in this. No one's looking good. The only good people right now are the Palestinian people. That's it.
The people who would fight against the Israelis, would they be bad?
They're fighting. No.
Like, because who's going to stop the Israelis from doing what they're doing? If it's not the United States,
their own people.
Then who's going to stop
their
them?
own people?
Literally.
You think it'll come from within?
It would have to come from within.
That's the only way it's gonna work out if it comes in within.
There's nobody else that's gonna fucking intervene in their own democracy or in their own fucking politics. It's gonna be their own people. People that stand up against them.
The mob mentality that I've seen coming out of the videos in Israel, though, they look disgusting.
But again, that's you're seeing mob mentalities from a select group of people.
Right, I understand.
You're not seeing the whole picture.
You know,
I understand that.
The reason you don't probably see mob mentalities from their side is because they're not doing the mob mentalities. They're just talking, probably the peaceful talks, peaceful protests.
Yeah, they're the silent majority, probably.
Yeah, and they are. Just like in the United States, the majority of the people don't want to fucking go to war.
Yeah.
Majority of people don't fucking want to be in these ulterior wars, bro. It's just that people are fucking. They're pretty much entertained by social media. They're fucking, they're being brainwashed. A lot of these people are being brainwashed in the United States, but believe me, most people don't want that. Most people don't want World War III. Most people in the world don't want World War III, but the highest power that be is the ones controlling this shit, and this is what you get out of that. And that's my opinion.
So. No, I mean, I guess we just have to leave it at that. Then.
But it's been an intense conversation.
I don't know how you leave this off. It's just a sad situation all around. Sad situation, and people just have to be honest with themselves. They have to speak out for what's right, and they have to educate yourself. Jesus Christ. Educate yourself. And the amount of people that I just see just spitting the same shit that they fucking heard secondhand, thirdhand knowledge from is just insane, And they just regurgitate that information as facts, and they don't take the time to figure it out. They have a 30-second mind. Attention span, and if you can't get your point across in 30 seconds, then sorry, you already lost. You
lost me.
Yeah. So it's just you have to figure out what's going on.
People have to change, bro.
You have to open your eyes and see that
the bigger picture,
you're being manipulated.
A lot of people are. Yeah. But let's end it at that.
All right.
It's been a good pod.
Yeah.
Thanks Adam for coming out talking about these issues, and we'll see y'all next week, guys. Deuces.